and what you're doing fuel-wise, and then you figure out. It's a bit like how you do the endurance, but it's a lot more compact.
Yeah, it sounds like playing cricket.
Yeah, but it's a lot more like I said, it's.
You're slipstream. No, you're right. There's nothing wrong with playing it, but it's dull as fucking ditch water to watch.
Every 2 stops, you change tyres, and you just kept running full fuel. And then when you got near the end, you just went, fuck it, that's how many laps I need fuel.
So in 2021, Sutty, when they did the Indy 500, I don't think they did it in 2020. This is where me and Dan was pretty much sort of like starting to get to know each other. I'm watching it, and I'm on the headset with Dan. Bozzy was round. Bozzy's watching it with me.
He's never watched it, has he?
Me and Dan, I don't know as much about IndyCar as Dan, but I know like the strategy side of things. Liam's never watched it in his life. So I'm sat there, Dan's like a little bit ahead of me, I think, on his telly, and he's saying about how cars are starting to pit, the leaders are starting to pit, blah, blah. And Liam's like, why aren't they all pitting? If they're all running out of fuel, like they're all pitting. And me and Dan are like, whoa, because of the slipstream. And Liam, for some fucking reason, in his tiny little brain, couldn't comprehend that because they're in the slipstream, they're not on the throttle as much, which means they're saving a little bit more fuel because you're not going to use full throttle. But he just couldn't, like, something didn't process, and it must have took me and Dan a good 20-30 laps of the Indy 500 to explain how they're using less fuel.
He was that adamant. We were telling him they're using less fuel, and he goes, well, no, if they're behind the car, they're surely using more fuel because they're trying to catch the car. And it's just like, no, because the car is pushing, pushing a wall. It's making a pocket of air. It's trying, like, the car behind doesn't have to push through the air, while the car in front does. So it's using more fuel to push through. And he's like, well, he's catching him, so surely he's using more fuel to catch the car in front. And it's like, the force don't work like that. The front car is doing the force work, it's pushing the air, while the one behind is just sitting in the pocket of nowhere.
He just couldn't comprehend how it worked.
I think we said about it multiple times, and he's sitting there watching, I don't know who it was, I think it was like Sato, I think it was the year Sato won it, and he's just sat there following another car, and Liam's like, send it then, send it, and it's just like, well, he doesn't need to. It's like lap 10 of 200, you don't need to send it on lap 1.
God help us if he ever gets a driving licence.
And then he was like, what's all the little black things on the side of the track? And I was like, the fucking marbles?
He's the best driver in the world, isn't he, Kelly?
He's fucking something.
Where the fuck is everyone?
I'm going to depart and go into the chat because I need to go for a piss.
Boys, I will get your party going now.
Thank you. Oh, my fucking laptop's just crashed again.
Is he going Donny in April, Liam?
I don't know.
I'm just going to in the car and scare the living shit out of him.
Yeah, I'm going to say you can't give him a drink and scare the living shit out of him. Bit more confident saying it now, Sutty, now that I might be at Mizano commentating for hours.
I just want Dan to be lamping, that'd make me laugh.
If I'm not
do
there
and I don't.
and Dan lamps him, please fucking video it me.
I do and I don't. I want Daniel to lamp it. I want Daniel to grab him by the throat. I don't actually want Daniel to hit him because I don't condone violence.
It's a bit of a threat.
Yeah, you know, like fucking scare the living shit out of him. And then we'll drag him round the back of the tent big shed.
Yeah. Right, I'm in the other party, Kelly.
Yeah, have you got my stream? I sent
right, 2 seconds.
Just make sure everything's working like it should, Mush.
Have a good one, boys.
Yeah, I have your stream, Kelly.
Right on. Brilliant. Excellent.
I shall see you on the podium.
Yes, mate. I'll see you on the podium.
Have a good.
Sutty's gone. Everyone's gone. Everyone's gone. Don't panic, boys, I'm here. Why? Oh, right. So do I. What a load of fucking wank. You didn't have a bad night though, Smithy, did you?
No, I don't know how. I think I'll drive for the day.
Did you get DOD, did you?
Yeah,
I'd left by that point and thrown the PlayStation out the fucking window. You called it perfectly, Daniel. You said he's going to quit, and boom, yep, there I did.
The thing is, you've done that whole race and you dropped it on the last lap.
I know, but...
No, I didn't even say nothing. I didn't say, like, oh, you're going to win. I kind of deliberately stayed away from you so nothing bad had happened. And from literally lap 1 all the way to the end of the night, you were just going further and further back. And it's like, race 2 is going well. And then it just went to shit, and I was just like...
I was one of those, you know, when you're driving angry, you know. Yeah, you know. I was driving angry after I got spun round by Tibbs, you know. And from there on in, I was driving angry all the way through. So, you know, and of course, I was catching Shane, and it's like super frustrating because I could have got him a couple of times, you know. And
yeah, I did see you slowly catching him lap by lap by lap. You were just a little bit quicker. Then you hit the 203s. So I was like, fuck me, where's Dad found his pace?
Yeah.
Obviously, that downforce must have done the job.
Yeah, it did, yeah. And the tyre pressures were better with the colder conditions. As I said, I was catching him, and then I made a little mistake. I dropped back to Rabbit a little bit. Then I caught back up with Shane. I had 3 or 4 goes at him, do you know what I mean? And couldn't make it happen.
Oh, well, we remember. Let's see if that broadcasting's still working.
I've done it. Matt's checked it.
Okay. Cool, sweet.
Yeah, we're all good. So, you know, I was catching him, and I'm thinking, last lap, let's fucking get right on the back of him, and then just fucking dropped it, didn't I? And then I was already wound up. By that point, I was so teasy. I'm like, you know, I sat there, and Haley said, "You'll get a qualifying ban." I said, "I don't give a fuck," you know. And
it's Brands Hatch, so really, it might be a good thing that you stay out of trouble at Brands.
I almost thought to myself, I ain't even fucking going to bother doing it. Do you know what I mean? Brands, but I'll still get the quali ban on fucking Daytona, and I want to do better at Daytona.
Finish the season off with another win.
Well, it's the last chance I'm going to have, really. I don't think I'll win at Brands, but I might win at fucking Daytona. So it's going to be fucking last chance, really, to win on Project Cars, isn't it? So... Oh, my fucking laptop is being a complete and utter ass. I'm going to have to buy a new one.
I would say, once I eventually get my PC, you can have mine. But
yeah, but I think yours is even more shit than mine is.
No, mine works. It doesn't shut down, it just doesn't hold a lot of memory.
Yeah, I need a couple. Because my DJ one's a little bit fucking ropey.
Where the fuck is everyone?
Who we missing? Drivers, 11. Yeah, plenty.
Holty.
What the fuck now? All of a sudden my laptop's playing music. Shut up, you
little leech.
There he is. He started a party with me. Right, boys. Have fun. I shall speak to you either
on the podium.
In a different part. No! I'm trying to avoid that.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch the podium tonight now.
Fuck. Unlucky, nice try though.
Yeah, well, thanks
Maybe
for
we should have a change of...
Maybe
we should have a change of start, Dan, and we can start backing each other. It can't do me any harm, can it?
Well, I'll speak to you on the podium then.
Yeah, I'll see you on the podium. Top step.
Yeah, top step.
Top step. Cool.
Defo.
If you do, I swear to God, man, you better do it next week for me.
Yeah, race 1 when you got a quali ban.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
In the dark, in the wet. Yeah.
Yeah. Catch you later.
Yeah. Good luck, Dan.
Good luck.
Oh. Here we are again, Smithy.
Oh yes. Bit different than fucking Bozzy boy.
He's a star, isn't he?
He's a star in his own little sky.
Yeah, and it's a very lonely sky. I don't think there's many people that live in Liam World.
No, thank fuck.
Yeah, what a fucking brain donor. Right, I'm going to have a quick slash before we go. 2 secs, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back.
You there?
Just in the nick of time.
I've got to get a bit of paper and a pen. Oh. Oh. Somebody has a moan.
What's that?
Everything you write down, somebody has a moan.
Yeah.
Complain.
Yeah.
Oh. Here we go.
Six races to go, and then we are done with Project Cars, and everyone's going to be looking to take race wins towards the end of this format. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome along. It's Thursday night, it's Pro Night here at Simplay Motorsport. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're in good spirits this evening. My name's Kelly Davis, klf900 normally, and I am joined in the commentary box, as usual, by the Smithster, the Rainmeister, reigning Pro-Am champion, Constructors champion. Smithy, how are you?
Good evening. I'm well, and yourself?
I'm all right, mate. I'm very well, thank you. We haven't spoke for a couple of weeks due to due to my house moving, and firstly, big thank you to Liam for last week for Bozzy Boy stepping in and looking after my seat for me. I don't know what he's got all over my chair though, but we'll have to have a word with him about that. But big thank you to Liam for looking after the spot last week and standing in for me. As I say, I moved house and it was all a little bit chaos. But hey, we're back. We're at Silverstone, Smithster.
Yeah. Closing stages, and is there one man going to run away with it?
Well, I don't know if he is tonight, you know.
No.
I think in practice that he's been seen in practice. I don't know if Overtaker's going to have it his way tonight. The rumour is, and I haven't been on track with any of the pro boys this week. I've had very little practice on this, but the rumour is that times are very close. It could be a very interesting night tonight.
That's what we want to see.
It certainly is. Should we do all our normal business for a Thursday night, which normally starts with a track guide? So Matt's pressing the button somewhere in the background. We'll step over to the track guide. Should be on your screen any second now. Big thank you to Dan for that excellent track guide. Once again, Silverstone, the jewel in the crown for British motorsport. A lot of money, a lot of investment done here in the last few years. We are running the current GP track, as Daniel has said, and I was here a couple of years ago for the Grand Prix, last year in fact, when famously Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton got together. I was on the other side of the track when that happened, which was annoying. But on your screen now, you'll see the information on the track. Length 3.6 miles, 5.8 kilometres. Elevation change of almost nothing really. 1948 was opened. It's an old airfield, and that's why there's hardly any elevation, and it's very windy, affected by the wind. FIA grade 1, as we know, a lot of infrastructure money spent on this. 10 turns, and it's clockwise, and my laptop's playing up tonight, Smithy.
Oh dear. Father Christmas bring you a new one.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe Simplay. Maybe on my Simplay wages, I could get myself a new laptop. What do you reckon?
Quite
Yeah,
possible.
you laugh. Yeah, you laugh. All right. Yeah, absolutely. I was about to tell you the ultimate lap record around here, but as I said, my laptop just crashed, and but I know it's a 127 something, as you can imagine it's a Formula 1 car, and it was Max Verstappen, and I think in 2020, but when I've restarted my laptop and got it all going again, I can reconfirm that with you. And now I'm going to be padding a little bit because, as I said, I need to get my laptop running so I can tell you the stats, which will start coming up on your screen very shortly. Quick in the chat, got to say a big congratulations to Max Mulder, haven't we? Big congratulations for his he's Pro-Am, current Pro-Am champion, and well done. I would have liked to have gone wheel to wheel with him a little bit more than I did, but that's the way things go as well. And lots of love for you, Smithy, tonight as well. Driver of the day last night. You had a good run, didn't you?
I had a good race, considering I didn't really like the track. But I think a lot of people had bad races, which helped a lot.
Yeah, sometimes luck falls that way, doesn't it? And does do you some favours. Right, I've got my screen back up. So should we just run you through the stats as we are?
Let's have it.
Absolutely. So, first place, no surprise, that would be Overtaker with 394 points. Dan moved up into second place, Unorthodox, with 290 points. Matt hot on his heels again, as they have been all season, with 271 points. Big Boy Brazier in fourth place. With Ginsters Aren't Proper Pasties, 189. P5 Gary's in there, Jaeger Motorsport with 166. Richie the Speedy Frog is in sixth place with 147 points, and Peaceful Explosion in seventh place. In the Ferrari Simplay Racing, he's on 146 points. Little Leech in P8, 141 points. P9's Emplava Smoking Hot Racing, 133 points. Holty, Teletubby Motorsport in the Mercedes, 112 points. Sutty Apex in 11th place, Simplay Racing, he's got 110 points. D Biggs in 12th with the Audi, and he's got 92 points. JM Grill in 13th, Speedy Frogs, 88 points. And Fury in P14 with 88 points. Also, P15 is Smoky Devil with 71 points. Move on to constructors. Jaeger Motorsport out in front with 437 points, but hot on their heels are the Love Island Bombshells, only 6 points behind on 431. Over McDisco Face Racing with 373, considering Overtaker's doing that all on his own. He's holding quite well in P3 there. Ginsters Aren't Proper Pasties on 281 in fourth place. Simplay Racing in fifth, Speedy Frogs in sixth, seventh place is Smoking Hot Racing, and eighth place is Teletubby Motorsport. Just quickly in the chat, we just need to knock this one on the head. PN, whatever you've heard, right? whatever you've been told, Ginsters are not proper pasties. Okay, just need to be quite clear on that one. And Smithy, the gall of it, the audacity of it is there's a Greggs coming to Truro in Cornwall. A Greggs, for God's sake.
Not a fan of Greggs.
No, they can't make proper pasties either.
They can't make anything fresh.
No, I'm not a big fan either. It's
a lot of them down this way. Too many of them.
Yeah, there's not one in Cornwall yet, but as I said, they're opening one in Truro. And I'll just give you an idea. Truro is the big city in Cornwall, as big as cities get in Cornwall, right? But a town just down the road called Camborne, which isn't far from me. The main street of Camborne has 14 different pasty shops. Yeah? Oh, yeah. And that's a small town compared to Truro. Funnily enough, Truro hasn't got quite as many pasty shops, but there you go. There you go. But yeah, anyway, just needed to get over that. I feel better now. Right, okay, that's all the official business done. Let's get on to talking about Silverstone. As I said, you had a great night last night. Again, my run of bad luck is holding fast, and I had an horrendous night last night. But how do you feel about the track? Do you like it?
I wasn't a fan of it, to be honest. I didn't find the corners that easy to get round.
No, I'm not a big fan either, to be honest.
The curbs last night in track 1 were very, very slippery.
Yeah, now I found that as well. Really slippery in race 1, but a lot better in race 2 as it got later into the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I mean, the nice thing about Silverstone is being that it's a modern circuit, or is made up into a modern circuit. It's because it's got plenty of runoff and the track's wide enough as well, isn't it?
It's nice and wide, as you just said. It is a nice wide track.
As we see Dan go a little bit wide. Now that is just out of Copse Corner, that was, and that's going to be. Was it out of Copse? Yeah, it is out of Copse, isn't it? Yes, out of Copse. That's it. Now you're going to run wide, or it's really easy to run wide out of Copse. So we'll have to keep an eye on track limits just there. And that's obviously where Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton made the debate that can you overtake Copse?
Yeah, to be fair, these boys shouldn't really be taking any track limits on a track this wide as such. It's a nice track to get round.
Yeah, but you know what race car drivers are like? They always push the limits, and if there's more to be had, they'll have it.
Plenty of room for free and brush around here.
There certainly is, yeah, absolutely. And as I said at the top of the show, I think lap times are reasonably close here in practice. With Overtaker being the quickest man, almost about to break the 2-minute barrier. Could we see that done tonight?
Quite possibly. 2 minutes is a good time, though.
It's a very good time. I certainly didn't get anywhere near that. With my very, very fastest lap, would have put me in 11th.
I think Max's quickest was 2:02, and he'd have been 10th.
Didn't Ugbar do a 2:01?
Oh, did he? He might have done.
I think in second quali, did he do a 2:01? I think he might have done.
Still only 9th and 8th.
Yeah, absolutely. My laptop has just crashed again, bless its heart. Luckily, I have my tablet as well, so I can still see the stream and see what's going on. I just don't have the...
so it's close in the constructors tonight then. 6 points between the two teams.
Yeah, absolutely. That being Jaeger Motorsport, which is Gary and Matt, and Love Island Bombshells, that being Dan and Craig Littleleach. So so that's close. I mean, there's a good chance that Overtaker might take this championship, you know.
Has he got to win both races, or has he just got to win one and finish in the top 5
now,
in the next race?
I could tell you that if my laptop was working, but my laptop keeps crashing, and it's going to crash its way right out the window in a minute.
Joining your PS4 from last night.
Yeah, and my sim rig. I must go pick that up off the garden. Oh dear. Never mind. So, I say it's looking close. Certainly the top 4 looking very close. Those being the usual suspects, that'll be Overtaker, Unorthodox, Big Boy Brazier and Matahimovic. So yeah, those guys looking really close to each other. But I think it's going to be an interesting night tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think, like you say, it's tight, but it's going to be... They're close, so there's going to be close on track. Do you know what I mean? There's plenty of overtaking opportunities tonight where we could see people go from first, second, back to first.
You're quite right.
It's going to be racy, is how I'm going to say it.
Yeah, it should be. And what is going on with JM Grill? He's going really slowly now. He's got no lights on. If I didn't know better, I'd say his car was broken. But yeah, he's.
I'd probably say the pit window here, the pit lane is probably not one of the nicest ones. It's a long one going into the pits.
Yeah, very easy to go in really hot because it's just a straight line in there, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's quite a quick stop. Or I had quite a quick stop last night in the first race.
Yeah, my first one was alright. The second one wasn't quite so good. But let's just have a look in the chat and say hello to everybody. We've already said hello and congratulations to Max Mulder, but thanks for joining us in the chat. PN Motorsports Superfan is in there as well, and remember to like and subscribe. Thank you. That's why he's Superfan. And Smithy, we know you're in there. Mike Matthews, which is Peaceful, always says hello before he gets stuck in. We've got 16 people watching, and I don't know how many likes because my tablet never tells me properly. But please hit the like button, like and subscribe. Like we said, the boys were we're at the end of practice. The guys were chatting last night. I was kind of overheard a little bit of it while I was practicing. We're chatting that we're coming to the end of the era of Project Cars now. We're now looking at changing over for Season 8, being that Project Cars is no longer being produced and not being updated and so on and so forth. And we're talking about some... we've been on this game for a long time now, Smith, haven't we?
We have, yeah. I've been on it for quite a few seasons. I haven't raced it every season, but I've always been a part, cheering people on or following it.
Well, you've been involved before I was, weren't you? What season did you come in?
Oh, I was... God knows. It must have been about... I don't know, actually. I couldn't tell you. It was when Gary was winning the first
Gary
season.
was winning, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, it's got to be Season 1 or Season 2 because I think I made my first race here in Season 2, but
yeah, well, I was with the THR one before, and then they made the first one. So yeah, I was with it with Season 1, but not
from Season 1, right from the start. Yeah, right from the start. So yeah,
a bit of furniture now, basically.
Yeah, that's right. You know, part of the makeup, absolutely. So 7 seasons on Project Cars we've had, and if you're feeling keen out there, viewers, they're all on YouTube. You can go back and watch everything. But we've certainly had some highs and quite a few lows on this game, so it'd be sad to see it go. That's for certain, sure. And I'm trying to get together, maybe doing something, maybe getting all the commentators in on the last race of the season, so we can all have a bit of a chin wag about it all. So we move into qualifying now. We know what quali's like. It's a 2-minute lap round here, so you've got to get on with it because it's only a 10-minute qualifying session.
You know who likes to get out first?
Absolutely. Did you find the pit lane when you come out the pit lane, that little curve as you come out the pit lane, you come off the limiter,
not hit the wall?
Yeah, and the back end goes light, you touch the wall. I must have done it 2 or 3 times last night.
I'll tell you what I did. I didn't take my pit limiter off till I got straight.
Fair play.
I knew I'd hit the wall.
I think that was a good shout, absolutely. Now, who's gone out first? Was that Dan gone out first, I saw? No, or Overtaker?
No, our Overtaker, the main man, and closely followed by Matt, I believe. Yep, Matt's behind him, and then Dan.
Yep, we can see that...
no, it's somebody between Dan and Matt. Looks
Right.
like Gary, possibly. 2 of the Mercs.
Yeah.
No,
No,
it's
Gary's
not
further
Gary.
back. So it must be another one of them.
Big boy driver, Richie, no.
No, not Richie. Overtaker's on low fuel. I know that. I noticed his fuel. JM Grill. There we go. So as they lead out for their first runs, it's going to be Overtaker is the first man out in front. Then Matt. Then JM Grill. Then Dan. And Matt's on 20 litres of fuel, so he's probably going for a 5-lap run or something like that.
He's gone past the Overtaker. Actually, Overtaker's let him go.
Right, so Matt leads him out. As I said, I think he's going for a multiple lap run, where I think Overtaker's probably only doing one out lap and one flyer. He's got, look at the fuel, yeah.
Now he's been saying that he runs hard tyres. Now I can't see hard tyres working on this track, especially if he's only doing 2 laps. They'll never be warm, will they?
Well, you would think so, but that's what we've learned this week. That Overtaker pretty much runs hard tyres every week, which I try to stay away from him as much as I possibly can, as much as I can.
Well, like you said, it's slippery first place on softs I found last night.
It was, yeah, and I had multiple spins last night. Yeah, it was. I thought it was tough, really tough on the on the softs, let alone on the hards. The hard would have been horrendous. It'd be like, I don't know, like solid rubber wheels on your old push bike, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So we're look 3 minutes in and no one's set a time yet, because our 2-minute lap when you're flying, so 2.5 minutes from the pit lane to get round, as we're on board with Matt. He's
somebody's in front of Matt. Who's in front of Matt?
Yeah, has Matt had a moment? Overtaker's in front of him. I think Matt's had a moment already,
No,
Overtaker's behind. Yeah. But I still want Matt was certainly not. He wasn't. Someone else
came out the pits last.
Could be, could be, which could hinder Matt if they don't get out of the way. We'll start to see.
The apex.
There we go.
So Matt is on a flying lap at the moment.
Yeah, so hopefully Sutty won't get in his way. They're probably in a party together, because they normally are. He'll probably
returned to the pits for some reason.
Could have had a moment already, couldn't he? So Matt's coming down to Stowe. That is Stowe, and into Vale. That's when we went to the Grand Prix that we were sat just about here, just before the last section of corners, which is Club, the Vale chicane, and now he's going round Club right now and across the line. The first competitive time is going to be set by Matt, and it's a 2-minute 4. That's a good opener.
Oh,
but a minute. Oh, well, look at that! And Dan's in the 59.5. Wow. That was
everybody know he's there.
Yeah, that was a flyer. I think that's our first 59. Absolutely flying.
That's rapid.
Yeah, Jamie. Where's he? Jamie is.
Rich is in the 2-minute 1.
He is as well.
Oh, Leach is in the 2-minute 1.
Fury's in the 2 minutes as well. He goes up into 4th place.
Yeah,
Jamie Brazier comes out for a second go. Overtaker's going out for a second go. Dan's still in the pits at the moment. I wonder if Dan's going to sit back and go, well, that's the best I can do. No, he's not. He's going out.
You did say, would we see anyone in the 159s, and we have under the 2 minutes?
Yep, that's the first one.
I haven't. 2 minutes.
No. Anyway, I'd be out in 2 minutes if I drove through the middle of the track.
So I'd have to. I couldn't even practice enough for that.
No.
That is the difference between these boys.
Well, this is it. They all seem to have, I've said it before, stepping up. I spent 2 seasons in pro, 2 seasons at the back, pretty much. you know, one podium, a couple of fourth places. It is rock hard, absolutely rock hard. These guys are, you know, they've got, you know, this magic touch of being able to make this happen. Do you know what I mean? These are a really talented set of sim racers.
This is great for the constructors as well. If Dan's on pole, Little Leach is ahead of his brother.
Yeah, of course, and there's a point for pole. Point for fastest lap. So Little Leach currently in 7th place at the moment. And I mean, these times are all good. Everyone in the 201s all the way down to 8th place at the moment. Smoky Devil, the first one, who's in the 203s, but possibly some more to give from him. Gary, your old mate, the Collector.
The Collector, yeah, he would be qualifying in Pro-Am in about 7th, 8th place.
Yeah, if as high as that, yeah.
Oh, there we go. He's up to 8.
That's more like it.
That's what we like to see.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. So only a couple of minutes left. Is anyone going to get near Dan's 1:59.5? That's. I didn't think he sounded all that confident when he was doing some practice earlier.
Well, when I said to him he's going to win, he didn't sound too confident.
Me and Dan have similar tastes when it comes to tracks, and both of us don't like this one at all. So he wasn't really feeling it, but
the Ferrari Peoples is going well, 5th place. I just realised we haven't got Holty or M Plava in tonight.
We're what? Sorry.
We haven't got M Plava or Holty in for the first race, obviously, tonight.
Yeah, that's well spotted. Absolutely. Yeah, we miss M Plava. Where is he?
The old underdog.
Absolutely. So, who have we got? Who's on what? Fury's in the pits at the moment. He's probably done for the session. Well, he is. He ain't going to get out and get a quick lap done. So that's Fury done. We're on board with Peaceful. Peaceful is... Where is Peaceful? He's on the old start-finish straight back to come up to Cops. We're on board now with the Overtaker, who's in the same place. So, the old pit lane... And I've been to 2 Grand Prix here in the past. One, I saw that pit lane start, and the other one was the new pit lane start. So I've seen them both. Very different track the first time we went. I took Daniel. He was about 6 years old at the time. Doesn't remember any of it.
Just a wee nipper.
He was just a wee lad then. And the bigger he's got, the more trouble he's become, really. There's our underfrog. I was hoping for a better season out of Richie. I don't know if as we move on to the next phase of sim play and we move on to ACC or Formula 1 or wherever we're going. I'm interested to see how he progresses. You know, I don't know if we've said it before. He's very highly rated. But doesn't really show the brilliance that we were hoping for, has he?
No, like you say, he hasn't really come through. I know it's his first season in the Pro.
Yeah.
So he's probably settling in a bit with the car and that, but no.
Yeah, definitely.
He's been there in a couple of races up there. He's had a podium. Oh, Matt took 2nd place.
Oh yeah, Matt up into just shy of the 59s, look.
Yeah. Going to be interesting. Get your pen ready.
Yeah, I passed. Yeah, Hayley sat next to me with her notepad ready, poised, pen in hand, poised, ready to start writing things down because it's an interesting first turn as well. I'm not a big fan of turn 1.
I found it such a weird start last night that I couldn't see the corner because there's obviously starting near the back. I could not see nothing coming up because there's that wide a track and everybody was just going down it.
I think you tapped me round in the first race, in second corner.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, I think you did actually. Yeah, I was going to mean to have a word with you about that. I haven't analysed it properly, but you were on what position were you in starting?
Last. I started last on the grid.
Yeah. Well, I started 10th, and I had to avoid Monkey because his Fanatec pedal box fell apart. Throttle wouldn't work, so I had to avoid him. I come round turn 2, and I'm sure a red Acura was on my outside.
I don't think it was me because I had no damage first race.
I mean, it was a very light tap and just enough to run me, just to spin me round. I don't know. You know, I wasn't.
I'll have to look that one up.
Yeah, I wasn't blaming you too much for it, you know. But certainly got a tap from someone and got spun round. But you know, it all turned pretty bad by that point already. So you know, no love problems. We're still good. Don't worry.
I'm still here. I'll stay till the end of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're done. Who's on track left to do anything? It's only Richie by the looks of it, and he comes across the line. Does he improve from 9th place? No, he doesn't. Who we got left? It's Gary in 11th at the moment. He's going to want to step up from there. Will he improve on it? He'll come across the line and it'll jump like that.
He should have jumped a place. He's 2 minutes dead, I think.
Yep, he does. He moves up to 5th, so that was a good improvement. But look at that, a 1:59.5 for Dan, the only man to make it into the 59s. He's going to be happy with that. But he's got his very good friend, but also nemesis, right next to him as Matahimovic lines up on the front row as well. Overtaker has to settle for 3rd, and we don't hear that very often. He's having to settle for 3rd place. 2nd row of the grid, Jamie Brazier. So the top 4 usual suspects right up there in the top 4 positions. Gary and Fury, still 2 very, very good pro drivers in 5th and 6th. 7th place is Peaceful Explosion. 8th, Little Leach. And 9th, D Biggs. Richie in 10th, Sutty Apex in 11th, JM Grow in 12th, and Smoky Devil bringing up the rear in 13th place. About this time, I would start talking about relegation zones and who we think is going to go down into pro and so on and so forth. But with a new game coming up lurking, I don't exactly know how the admins are going to do it. I don't know if we're all going to have to, do some sort of time trial or qualify or something. You know,
I'm interested to see if the pad boys can get off the line quicker than the boys on the wheel. We've got Big Boy Brazier and Overtaker.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But 2 boys, here. 2 boys in front on wheel, 2 boys behind on pads.
Jamie's quick off the mark here. It's going to be interesting. I wouldn't want to call this one, but I'm going to ask you who you think's going to win this one.
You know the conversation that me and Dan had off air. I'm not going to jinx it by actually saying anything other than that. I don't want to be bored. I'm going to go for an outsider, and I'm going to say Fury.
I think Matt's going to win this.
Matt, you reckon?
Yeah, Matt or Jamie. I think there's going to be a bit of carnage. I hope not.
Wow. we do and we don't we? We like the action. Yeah, absolutely. So we're syncing up. We're getting ready to go. That's everybody ready. We wait for the lights. We get 1 set of lights, get 2, get 3, and go. And we are away. And you're quite right. Jamie with an absolute flyer has gone right round Matt. Absolute cracking start from Dan though. Stays up in 1st place. Overtaker into 2nd. Jamie has got in front of Matt, well, kind of side by side or whatever, but Dan is absolutely away.
Flying start, yeah, absolutely flying from the start.
Yeah, he was obviously taking notes from my start at race 2 last night. But where's Gary? He's up into 4th place. Fury's up into 3rd. Watch out for Fury.
Wiggle.
He did as well. Gary having a bit of a wiggle, but keeps it all together. Don't think we had any casualties out of the first few corners.
Somebody's gone really wide there.
Somebody gone really wide, absolutely, Smithy, but they're all back on track and pointing in the right direction. All the wheels are connected to the car, so it's a good start. Dan is now going to get his head down and get on with it. This is looking like a bit of Fury from old, looking a little bit racy, all over the back of Overtaker.
We haven't seen this for a while from Fury.
No, we haven't seen the best of Fury this season, that's for certain sure. He is an epically good racer, one of the young guns, and really, really good. Been runner-up in the championship.
Gary's gone backwards. Little Leach has been peacefully past Gary.
Oh, Gary having a bit of a moment. Well. And they're all out. Someone spun there. Who was that spun? Richie with a... Richie spun there. And let's hope the pro boys are finding it as slippery as we did last night. So Little Leach up into 6th place, and Fury the big winner really out of all that.
Yeah, Fury's done well from the start. Jamie said he went off for a flyer, but he's still down in 5th.
Look at this. Fury's trying to go up the inside of Overtaker. I think he's got the job done.
Where's he gone?
He's gone very, very deep. We said Overtaker might struggle around here, didn't we?
He did. If he's on hard, I think he will struggle.
Well, he's been doing it all season apparently. So yeah. So
Gary's going right back to 9th now.
Yes, indeed, Gary having a bit of a shocker. Mind you, there's a lot of cars in very close contact with him as well. D Biggs in there, peaceful explosion, and Little Leach. Who's that? D Biggs.
D Biggs just lost it, hit the curb, and he'd gone.
Unsettled the car, and that was that. He's away. So Matt and Fury going to go at it. That's going to be Matt's trying to look down the inside as they go into Village. Fury will have him covered off. Brilliant move last night. Brilliant. Who's in the pits? Richie, yeah, probably got heavy damage.
Yeah.
Watch Matt here. Look, he's right in the slip. He's going to try and have a go down into the next corner, but Fury's got it covered off, I think there. Certainly has. Bryn did a fantastic move on me last night into Village. I've got to give him respect if he's watching. Fair play. It was an absolute beauty into that Village section. So Dan,
I'll just sit back and wait, I think.
Yes, indeed. I think Dan is going to have some breathing space with Overtaker now pinned behind the two Mercs. The two Mercs fighting each other for 2nd place. Dan's got an opportunity to drive off into the distance.
Oh, Little Leach has gone very wide.
Yeah, that's just out of Cop's Corner, where a lot of people go wide. But Little Leach holding his own in 6th place, but he's got Peaceful, he's got his brother Gary also behind him as well, and Big Boy Brazier pulling away from these guys a little bit. Well, Big Boy Brazier's just in a bit of no man's land for a minute as we watch Matt trying again to try to get on the back of Fury. Fury racing like he used to, for sure.
Pit window. Can we have a pit window, please, sir?
Yes, we can. I'll get Haley on it. I must admit, I didn't look it up.
3, I believe, but I don't know when it closes. 9, possibly.
Haley's going to look it up for me. The Fury Massive are here as well. Good evening to Fury's mum and Fury's granddad. Don't mess with Fury because you have to mess with the Massive. It's like messing with the Mafia. 3 to 9 is the pit window.
Yeah,
so, who's going to pull the trigger on the first lap? We're on lap 3 now. So, at the end of this lap, they are free to. That was clumsy.
Lap 3, Apex.
That was Sutty into Gary. Gary into Peaceful. Gary got away reasonably unscathed, but the other two got spun about. So that might be one for the stewards. Write that one down, Haley. That was lap 3.
I've got to cheer my ex-teammate on here, Little Leach, to get the constructors on. Unfortunately, I'm on Little Leach's side. Being an ex-teammate, I did a lot of work for him last season when he was in the Pro-Am. You know, I got him a constructors. I'd like to
it was all down to you, wasn't it? And you know,
100%.
mate, you're 2 times constructors champion, one after another. Do you know what I mean? It can't be a fluke, can it? You know,
No,
it can't be that you pick the right teammates, could it? It's got to be your hard work in the background that's made these guys champions.
Yeah, point to win your prizes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, and Matt's going round the outside of Fury now. Fury tried to cover him off a little bit, but Matt's got out there. It's Merc versus Merc. It's going to be set up, but Matt has got the inside line as they come in. That's job done, but Fury isn't going to give that one up too easily. We know Fury's a fighter.
Fury won't give that up.
Will he ever go into the Vale chicane? No, thinks better of it. I had a lovely race with Fury in Pro-Am. Right in this Vale chicane as well, we had it coming together, and but some great racing with him. Although mainly he kind of just cruised up behind me and overtook me. But the good race that we did was here at Silverstone back a couple of seasons ago.
Peaceful's in the pits. First
Peace
man
was
to
in
pit.
pits. First man to pit. Peaceful explosion.
He lost out a bit when that collision with Sutty, I think.
Yeah, I wonder if he's carrying a bit of damage. We'll see how quickly he's in and out the pits.
Oh, overtakers.
Look,
Oh,
look.
nice.
Sorry, mate. Fury coming back at Matt again. Oh, they touch. No harm done.
Just sit back, overtaker. Sit back. Let it unfold.
Yep. Yep, absolutely. Because Fury's
So
on a
much
mission.
time. 15 laps. We're only on lap 4.
I know.
Time.
Absolutely.
The pit stop will come into this as well. If whoever can get in and out,
Quick pit stop's going to be crucial tonight.
you can jump somebody in the pits here if you follow him.
Yeah, you certainly can. Fury going very deep into that corner, but not out of limits. He's still hunting Matt down. He wants that. He wants that position back. Oh, as he goes very deep there, and Jamie going extremely deep. Easy one for track limits. Overtaker going round the outs, trying to go round the outside through Maggots, but thinks better of it, backs out of it. You're a brave man to go side by side through Maggots and Beckett's.
Craig's got a little bit of time from his brother Gary. He needs to stay ahead of Gary for this constructors.
Indeed, at the moment the Love Island bombshells are certainly in front of the Jaegers, so both of them. So that's where they need to stay. Yeah, well, I mean, where are your loyalties with this one? Because you've got an ex-teammate in both of the leading constructors, haven't you?
Yes. I've got obviously Max, obviously, in the other one, but I've got a side with the Little Leech.
Yeah, you're mates in the real world as well, aren't you?
Yeah, we're slightly closer to home.
Yeah, we're not that we're all mates. We are all mates, but in the real world.
Yeah. In the real world, we're all distance. We're all distance mates.
Absolutely.
We've
So
all got our little close followers, our close friends.
Yep.
Local lads.
Yep. So yeah, Gary and Craig being close to you. So yeah, you're back in the hang on a minute, no, because you've got Gary in there as well. Oh, so you're more friends with Craig than you are Gary?
I'm probably not friends with either of them, to be fair.
Oh.
No, I know the two lads. They're Gary's my brother's age and Craig's youngest than my brother. I'm older than a lot of them.
Right.
But yeah, we know each other. We've known each other years. But I'll side more with Little Leech because he's come up from the Pro-Am. He went down, knocked his confidence a bit. You know, I boosted him up, got him the constructors.
Bless you.
Now it's nice to see him back in the Pro doing
well. Who was that? That was Gary just getting up on the curbs. He is.
He's overtook his brother while we've been talking.
Yeah. While we've been chatting, he did overtake his brother, and now he's trying to hunt down.
Fury's falling back.
Oh no! Fury's had a moment, obviously. Oh, gutted. What is? And who's that slow in the background?
That's Big Boy Brazier, isn't it?
No, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going slowly. Jamie's had a moment as well. Lapse of concentration, lap 5, is it? Because everyone seems to be all of a sudden lapse of concentration. And Overtaker has dropped back 4 seconds from Matt. So, yeah, it seems to be lap 5. Are we seeing the tyres being a bit of a problem by lap 5? I don't know. Fury's in. When did you feel that the track was starting to get slippery last night? Was it from... we both agree that race 1 was slippery, wasn't it?
I would probably have said after lap 3. I wouldn't have said it was straight away.
Yeah.
It definitely wasn't straight away. And then come the end of the race, I was all right. The last part of the last probably 4 laps.
Yeah. I
think Smokey sped in the pit. He's got a red mark against him.
He certainly has.
Big Boy's in.
Hasn't got it slowed down. Big Boy Brazier in, as you say. Smokey in with a penalty. Yeah, that all makes sense. You know, I found the middle part of the race the slipperiest. Towards the end, I started to get back into a rhythm and a flow. Yeah. So could well be. I mean, don't know. It'd be interesting to when we get a top 3 in the commentary box. We'll ask them how they felt about the track being slippery or not. So we'll see how they go.
Yeah, there's a bit of a gap coming now from Dan, 5 seconds to Matt, and Matt's got 3 seconds to overtake, and overtaker's got a good 5 seconds to Gary and 4.
Yeah. Do you remember at the start of the show I said, watch out tonight because the times are close and it's going to be close racing? Yeah. Well, yeah. Once again, forget everything I said. Mostly rubbish. What comes out of my mouth, don't worry about it.
It's all down to the pits, I think. Like you say, if whoever gets a quick stop and soon gain a few seconds from the pits.
Yes, absolutely. And guess what? My laptop's just crashed again. I'm gonna smash it.
So he's up in the 6th.
Yeah, Sutty hasn't pitted yet, has he? He's up into 6th place. And this is one of those tracks, you have a bad start and you can come back from it and gain some good places, that's for certain, sure.
I thought the Ferraris would have been, after the week when Sutty, he won the other week, didn't he, for the Ferrari? I thought that was the Ferraris going up in the world then.
Yeah, the Ferrari is a strange car. In my opinion, I usually felt when I first started racing project cars, I used to use it a lot, but it seems to be brilliant on some tracks and absolutely rubbish on others. And yeah, it's the
Super Amboy, Shane and Brent have got it pretty nailed, to be fair.
Yeah, it's as I say, it had its moments where it's cracking and other ones where it's not. I know Dan and Fury run it, and Dan and Fury run it for a season, and they couldn't. I think season 2 they run it, and they couldn't get on with it. Neither of them. They really couldn't make it work. So
I wasn't a very quick stop from Little Leach.
It wasn't.
No, D Biggs has just come out. D Biggs was a quicker stop than Little Leach's.
Maybe Little Leach had damage, he did, or maybe he just didn't. He's going side by side with Fury here as he's come out of the pit.
That's the thing I did find, coming out of the pit, your tyres were cold.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whether anyone's going to notice that tonight. Oh, somebody's up in the background. Peaceful's off.
He's off, is he? Yeah, and he's turned round.
Yeah, he's not having a... He's lost a light. A loot? Whee, can I get a loot?
Bear with me 1 sec. I've just got to smash my laptop. Keep talking, Smithy.
Yep, no worries. Thanks, coming. We got Matt up 6 seconds now. Lap 7. Is that Jan Grill? Jan Grill up to 6th, Sutty 5th, Gary 4th, overtake 3rd, and Matt 2nd. This is the best fight we've got on track at the moment. Little Leach, Fury for 7th place. Come on, the Love Island bombshells. And we've got Sutty in the pits. Where's he going to come out? Quickest man on track at the moment, currently with a 2:01 at 1 is Dan.
Yeah, okay, I'm back.
We're the only 2 and 2:01s tonight at the moment on track.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I was just trying to get in a bit of a focal. Some people find it natural to talk, but not me. I'll stick with the cameras.
To be fair, if you ever have to do it on your own, it is a tricky thing to do. It's I think that's why most commentary is in pairs, because it's easier to have a conversation.
Nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like nothing.
Exactly. It's yeah, exactly like that. So
unfortunately, Peaceful's back in the pits for the 2nd time. Sutty had pitted while you were gone. I don't know if you've got it down.
I'm sure we're going to get it down right about now. Yep. So where are we? We are on lap 8. Dan is still leading and hasn't pitted yet. The whole top 4 haven't pitted yet, have they? No, don't think they have. So the whole top 4 hasn't pitted yet. As Dan comes in, he pulls the trigger on lap 8. He's into the pits.
Let's see, I reckon Matt will follow him. Yep.
He did as well, you're quite right.
Let's see if he jumps him. Matt's out. Dan's out. Dan's going. Matt's will be quick.
Yep, normally is. So Overtaker leads this race at the moment, but he still hasn't stopped.
He's got a pit at the end of this lap as well, lap 9.
He has, you're right.
There should be a lot of people coming in now.
Yep, all those that haven't pitted yet, which is a few.
Yep, Gary, Overtaker. So Dan, technically, is still going to come out first with the Overtaker, and Gary's to the pit. J.M. Grill's now in.
J.M. Grill in for his stop, as you quite rightly said.
So that only leaves us the top 2, I'm assuming.
Pretty much. D-Biggs, we haven't got D-Biggs, hasn't? Yeah, so D-Biggs, Overtaker, and Gary, the last ones to pit.
I actually thought they could pit, but you might be right.
Yeah, could have been a mistake, but I don't know. Haley's marked it down,
Yeah,
so.
I think he has pitted.
Yeah.
When we were talking earlier. Don't hold me to that, but I think he did.
Right.
It was close.
Yes,
Matt's
indeed.
jumped down. How's Matt jumped down? Matt's overtook Dan.
Oh, what happened there? How did that happen? We didn't see that on
Did
stream.
not even see that, no.
Did Dan have a moment? Because Dan was out before Matt, wasn't he?
Yeah, out of the pits. Yeah, Dan was out of the pits before. So I don't know what's happened there.
Yeah, so Matt's got in front of Dan. Dan, oh, yeah, that's a shocker. As I said, I don't know if Dan had a moment. We'll try and find out a bit later on if that's what happened. Overtaker's in the pits.
Yep.
For his stop.
Gary must be following him, and he
Yep.
is.
And he
I'll
is.
be interested to see where Gary comes out, if he can come out ahead of his brother. He's got 30 seconds on him. I would have thought he will.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Is he
Unless he
going
has
to
a...
jump the Overtaker? That's the question.
I doubt it. 'Cause Overtaker's usually got his pit stops dialed. The leaders come through now, so it's Matt from Dan. And Overtaker comes out in 3rd place. Fury, oh, nice drift.
Yeah, Gary's out before Fury and Little Leach.
Yeah, so Gary moves up into 4th.
Right, this is going to be the battle, I think. 5 laps to go, and Dan's the quicker man on the track out of the 2 of them.
Yes,
Those
indeed.
last laps were 2:22, and Matt's was 2:13.
Yeah, but overtaking is, you know, when you've got quite such a well-matched pair, then overtaking is going to be difficult. And you know what these two are like?
Yes, we do, yeah. Probably need to keep a close eye.
We certainly do. Yeah, we certainly
There's
do.
a battle with Little Leach with Sutty.
Yeah, this is for 6th and 7th. Yeah, and everyone pitted now, have we? Yes, we've got everyone through, haven't we? Yeah, but we're not sure about D-Biggs, but maybe you're right on that one, Smithy. And D-Biggs has pitted. If not,
Yeah, I'm
he's
sure
in trouble.
I'm sure he went in when Sutty went in.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to over talk her. I think we were talking, so I didn't.
Right. So this is the battle on track. Overtaker's not a million miles away from this. If these two trip over themselves, he might get gifted a win.
Oh, gifted a win. There's a word that I'd like to hear on radio.
We'll take him any way we can get him, hey mate. Yeah, I'd take it. That's for certain sure. But as I say, 5 laps to see how this goes. Certainly Apex still there holding station just behind Craig. D-Biggs in the background, dragging himself back. These guys racing for 6th, 7th and 8th.
Yeah, the 2 French lads, even last week at their home track, didn't have the best of races, and the same again tonight, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was kind of gutted I couldn't do last week.
I've been practicing as well all week. I'd had mentor sessions from a French lady in the village.
Did you really?
Even had a night, what is it, podcast going on the way to work.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I had to, I put my berry and onions around my neck, ready for my stripy shirt, ready for Le Mans. But yeah, as I said, unfortunately, I couldn't get there. So yeah, it was we could have had so much fun with French Week, couldn't we, if we'd thought about it? Oui, yes, Monge Two Rodders. Yeah, absolutely. I was just about to say those two is still in close contact.
Oh, somebody's gone off. Fury's gone off.
Fury has gone off, you're quite right. Gets it back on track, but he loses a couple of positions. Going to lose another one as well, by the looks of it.
Going backwards, bless him.
Yeah, he is.
A long way behind his brother, though. He's over 10 seconds behind Gary.
Yeah, I think that one's... but then, Gary has had a tendency for spins this year, so anything could still happen with that one.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed, but... Little Leach keeping good pace, keeping Sutty behind him and Jamie as well. So
yeah, considering Jamie's start, yeah, he's had a bit of it. I thought Jamie would be up here a bit higher than what he is in this race.
Yeah, not having the best of nights tonight, but yeah, I don't know if genuinely. Well, I mean, Max seemed still right last night in the Audi. I was going to say, is the Audi particularly not so good here? I know the Audi boys are not looking forward to Daytona for the last race of the season because apparently the Audi is horrendous there.
Both these boys are in the 201.4s. Now that's quick laps. These two are not giving each other any time whatsoever.
No, indeed, with 3 laps to go, and they're doing pole position, pro-am pole position laps.
Yeah, I actually think this might be the quickest race lap of the race. Matt's 201.4. Oh no, Dan's 201.478.
Yeah, looking at those lap times as they're coming across. No, they're the other end of the track. But I mean, there's nothing between them. There's lap times, absolutely nothing.
These 3 boys.
Aye, what's going on here? This is Fury getting interested again with Sutty, and yeah, Jamie gone backwards again. Fury's got past Jamie. He's now on the back of Sutty, right on the back of Sutty, and these boys all in very close company. They could almost touch each other on the shoulder, couldn't they? They're so close.
In and out.
Yep. That was very close there.
Big is now joining the...
He is joining the party, isn't he? And get ready to pick up the pieces when it all goes badly wrong, which is probably going to any second now.
Anything could happen with Sutty defending.
Absolutely. He's a law unto himself, is our Sutty Apex.
Front two are just putting another lap time of 201.4 and a 201.5. That's ridiculous pace for them at the front.
It is, isn't it? It's crazy. Crazy for sure.
Oh, yeah, Gary put a 201 in last lap. Gary's punting some lap times in.
Yeah. Is he hunting Overtaker down? Maybe not. Overtaker doing similar lap times. And
2 laps to go as well. Oh, Dan's got it down to 3 seconds though. Is he going to go for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's as I say, when they're such evenly matched on pace. I chased Shane last night for lap after lap and couldn't.
That's the corners, the Audi, isn't it? The corners, he gets real close in the corners, but as soon as it comes to the foot down straight line. Yeah.
Regardless if you've got a track that you can overtake on, if your pace is so similar, it's finding that opportunity. You need to have that overlap speed to be able to do it. As Dan goes a bit wide through there, and it does you no favours going wide out of Copse, because the curb is so harsh that it just unsettles the car. It doesn't do you very many favours at all.
No, I mean, I like the car you're in, the Porsche. I'm surprised the Porsche wasn't a bit better around here.
Maybe it was the people driving it.
Well, even Rabbit was slippy slidey first race all over the place.
Yeah. Put it on the podium though, didn't he? He must have been over the moon when he saw me spun in the last lap. So the Porsche I think should have done better last night generally, but I guess we were all caught out a little bit with this slippery track scenario.
See, D Big just overtook Sutty and Big Boy, so something must have happened with them. Big Boy's gone way back.
Yeah. So, had a bit of a moment maybe.
Oh, Dan's very close.
Very close this time. He can get it done if he into the village. Is he going to try and have a go? He has a look, but Matt's got it covered off just there. Again, it's not quite as easy to overtake there as it looks. Where you want to try and get the traction is off this corner.
He's down at 0.6 now. He was at 0.2.
Yeah,
just lost a bit of time somewhere there.
The Merc's extremely powerful down the straight, so
there's nearly a second. Peaceful plodding along at the back. Unfortunately, I think that incident he had earlier on with his teammate didn't help.
No, he's in the 208. So is he carrying damage around with him and just rolling his way round to the end, or what? Little Leach still holding his own in 5th place.
Yeah, he's got a big gap to his brother in 4th. Fury could close it. 4 seconds.
Yeah, Fury must have had a moment because he was all over Little Leach, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, like I said, D Big, Sutty, Big Boy Brazier, and Sutty are having a little tussle.
Yeah, they certainly are. And
back to the front, boys. Come up for the last lap.
Yeah, and still going at it. Yeah, Daniel must be.
They haven't hit any back markers tonight, have they? Well, they're now coming up with some, I believe, which is the first time to me.
Yeah, that'd be peaceful. Long track though, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, I was going to say it was nice actually. I didn't get lapped last night. Probably one of the times on a track I've not been lapped by a front runner.
Yeah. I might have been I don't know. Can't remember. I've slept since then. So they go on to the 15th and final lap. Matt's still leading by about a Rizzler paper from Dan, and if Dan's going to do it, he's got to do it in this last lap, and he's got to do it cleanly. As I say, we know what these two are like. Through village, back down onto the Hanger Straight, I think it is. I'm not quite sure. Hanger Straight or Wellington Straight, I think. No, I don't know. One of the three. Come down into the old section of track once again. Matt takes a slightly different line to Dan. A couple of various different lines in and out of this section. This corner.
I think he knows he can go a bit wider to get a straighter exit.
Yeah.
He's got the pace in straight.
As I say, there's a couple of different lines for that one, for both of those. So, as they come round, it'd be ironic if they bash into each other and get cops.
D-Biggs and Fury having a little tussle.
Yes, they are. D-Biggs just in front of Fury now. This is for 6th and 7th place. Keeping your eye on the action, because if Dan gets half a sniff of a move, he's gonna give it a go as they come through Maggots and Beckett's for the last time. The Merc's going to have the power down the straight to try and that's Peaceful Explosion flashing his lights. It's not over yet, Mike. And Matt tucking in, trying to get the slipstream as they come down. This is the last time as they come around this corner and towards the Vale chicane. And if Dan's going to do it, that's going to be his only opportunity, is to send one into Vale, but I don't think he's close enough. No. He's looking, but Matt's got him covered. Gives him plenty of room, to be fair. And just club corner to go, and it's going to be. I think it's going to be Matt that's going to have this one, and he's going to have it only just. So it's Matt across the line from Dan. That's your top two. Overtaker. Don't say that very often. Overtaker 6 seconds behind in 3rd place. Gary with a good solid drive in fourth is going to come across the line. He'll be happy with that. Craig will also be happy with a solid fifth place when he gets to the line. D Biggs and Fury still going for it at the moment. Fury still hunting Biggs down, and yeah, it's going to be close. Yeah,
the constructors are boy.
Oh look, Fury's just having a sniff through club. Oh, it's going to be close as they come to the line. It's going to be just about D Biggs from Fury. Sutty just there is going to come across the line in 8th. Smoky Devil with that penalty may drop down quite a few because he's got JM Grell and Richie in quite close company. Jamie Brazier must have had another moment towards the end because he's dropped all the way back down to 12th.
He ain't had the best of race ones.
No, he hasn't. He kind of just went backwards all the way, really. Different instance after different instant, really. Peaceful Explosion being your last man in 13th place. So that is how they finish. Matt won that one. Dan just a sniff behind him. Overtaker in 3rd. A very similar podium, but as normal. But
yeah, we'll have to find out what happened with Dan and how Matt got past Dan.
Yeah. We'll no doubt we'll find out in the interviews, which will come along in just a few moments. We'll just wait for the time to tick down, and then we'll give you the classifications before we pop for a break. Then we go again. Top. There we go. We're at the end of the race, and there you go. First place, Matt from Dan. Overtaker, Gary 131, Little Leech, Deep Biggs, Fury Sutty, JM Grill, Richie, Smoky Devil, Big Boy Brazier, and Peaceful Explosion bringing up the rear. We're going to pop to a short break. Don't go far. Yeah, sorry. Good point. Who did our fastest lap?
Dan. End up 2 minutes.
2 minute 8. Yep. So down with the fastest lap. Nobody did any better than that. As I say, we're going to pop to a short break. Don't go far. We'll be back for qualifying and race 2 here at Silverstone. See you in a mo.
Yep, you're clear.
What happened after the pits?
Don't know, I asked Gary to hang on the back of him, hold him up, and he says don't need to worry about that, buddy, because he's spun.
Oh, he's spun, did he? We thought he had a moment. He'd come out the pits in front, but we missed it.
I'll be back in a minute. I've got to go sort some out.
Yeah, I'm just going to go to the toilet. What happened, Jamie? I'll read it when I come back, Jamie. That was close at the end, though. Good race, man. Good race, man.
I'm so angry.
Well done, buddy. Good battle at the end.
I'm so angry at myself.
Not as angry as Little Leech is, you just cost him constructors.
I cost us constructors.
You cost him.
I fucking love that from Smith.
Fuck!
Battle, man.
Yeah, man.
Here he come, plodding along in 3rd place. He'd love it, doesn't he? He just took a 3rd, just like that. I'll take 3rd place, you boys. You two battle it out.
Something like that, yeah.
I've got to thank you for your pad settings. I had an awesome race last night.
I genuinely felt sick every lap because I just didn't want to hit you. Yeah, this car is too slow. It's too slow in a straight line.
For some reason, man, that car just started to not turn in the longer that race went in. As you could tell, every lap that went by, I was getting slower and slower in the corners.
I thought I had you into bail. I thought I had you.
Well, that's why I sort of parked it in the middle of the track. Tyres bloomed so much that I couldn't turn a corner without spinning. Unlucky Jamie, man. At least you can qualify.
What happened between you two? How did you lose for 5 seconds?
I dropped it after the pits.
He span on his own.
Little Leech didn't tell me that the fucking tyres are fucking weird afterwards. So I came out.
Yeah, I said
thinking,
that to Kelly, they're cold.
Well, they're not cold. They're just dropping pressure. So I came out and I'm just like, all right, okay, Gary's ahead. He has to put this lap. I just mind my own business. And next thing you know, into Brooklands and Luffield, it just went, nope. and it just wouldn't catch. It wouldn't catch. So I was like,
I'd literally just said to Gary, if he gets close to back on you, just do your best to sort of slow him up before you're going to pits. And he went, don't need to now, Mush, he's round.
I wasn't trying to get near him. If I was catching Gary, I was like, I ain't going to try and do fast laps. And it just fucking went, you know what? See ya.
Yeah, he says, you don't need to worry now, he's round. And then I couldn't see where he was round, and then I just saw your yellow lights as I come through Brooklands. My left rear ended up 2.1 bar.
When I left the pits, they were like 50 degrees and light blue color, so I was driving so much.
Yeah.
You just biding your time, Overtaker.
That was 50th race win. Fucking gone.
No, I did not have the pace from this year, especially then. He's rapid.
Will they actually beat the Porsche to 50 race wins?
My God, that fucking qualifying lap. Fucking hell.
Yeah, good one. Was you on hards?
No.
Mike was adamant the way you was warming your tyres up that you was on hard tyres.
Did I fuck?
Yeah, that's what I said to Mike.
I'm not doing Sakito all over again. Fuck that shit. I just had the perfect lap. I could not fault it. There was not one moment that it went wrong. I think the only moment was Luffield. I was a bit sluggish coming out. But other than that, I literally just nailed it.
Yep. Japan topped the group.
Yeah,
well,
mental.
At least that lap record won't get beaten.
What was the scores?
Nope.
Japan beat Spain.
Right, I really need a wee.
2-1?
Smithy and Kelly, you need to get into the lobby.
Yeah. And Germany lost. Did they lose or draw? I think they lost.
I saw it at 2-2.
Oh, drew them.
I didn't see the final result, I just saw it at 2-2. Oh, take you Slovenian or Slovakian?
Okay, I'm back.
Slovenian, right.
Common mistake.
I know the flags are quite similar, and we couldn't figure out last night which one you was.
Yeah, no problem. Whenever I'm in England, everyone just says Samari Kamsic, you know, the famous footballer. They want to bond, and I'm like, close, but not really.
Oh. Is Overtaker champion now, Emplava says? The answer to that one, Emplava, is no. But he could be after race 2.
Well, how many points does he need?
He needs to outscore Dan by 11 points.
Not gonna happen.
Well done, Undertaker.
What? No, I am...
Dan starts at the back. You got this, Undertaker.
6 behind.
No chance, mate. No chance. Maybe next week.
So did we work out what happened to Dan? Did he spin?
Dropped it on his own at Brooklands Luffield.
Oh, I can't save replay. Just come up on my screen. You can only sync data for up to 8 active online championships. If you wish to participate in more and receive data for an additional online championship, you need to delete existing active online championships.
Craig Leach, can't believe I missed my pit box and then spun. It would have been close. Dan ain't happy with you, cost him the constituency. I'm sure you just said the same thing to Dan about him. You fucking dick. Oh dear.
So, did my settings help you?
Yeah, they helped loads. Did you not see my race last night?
Not really, sorry, mate.
Driver of the day he was last night. No, Germany 142, Smith.
Can't be mates anymore. He didn't watch my race.
Yeah, but you didn't finish on the podium, right? So.
No, I didn't. But if you'd have given me your pad settings about 8 races ago, I'd have probably been on the podium a lot more.
Still not finished on the podium.
No. There's still 2 races to go. And next week's wet.
Smith, did you get the saying in, by the way?
Did I get the what?
The saying in.
Oh, with the carrot.
With the carrots, yeah.
Because I didn't see no overtaking tonight.
Oh.
Dan spun. Sutty took Peaceful out.
Yeah, Mike was not happy with that.
I was like, what? We were like, what, teammate?
He went for a move on Gary, hits Gary, wipes Peaceful out as well. Mike was not happy.
Are we all in now? Fuck me.
Did you like that cutback pro? Didn't you like a kipper? read that from a few corners before.
I nearly caught you out once.
Yeah, this Murphy Charles fast.
I just every lap just went by. I just didn't have the confidence in the corners. You know, going through Luffield, I was driving to drop into first.
Fuck that shit.
Because I was just struggling to get it turned in, and I thought if I go a little wide, I had a cracking battle with Fury.
You struggled with the first sector. You're worse with sector.
Yeah, sector 1 I was terrible.
I gained so much time through turn 1, turn 2, turn 3.
In all fairness,
I couldn't do nothing with it.
You know what the loop?
Yeah.
Is it loop? I was expecting you to do a Bryn on Kelly, Timmy. I just like, for some reason, every lap I thought,
no offense,
especially the last lap, I just thought you was going to send one.
No offense, I don't have confidence to send it on you, to be fair.
Yeah, why not? Only 2 races to go.
Oh, God, that's terrible.
I just think you're going to turn in, so I just don't. Unless I get a decent run. This Audi isn't good enough to overtake. Once I'm out in front, I'm fucking gone.
Dan, if I was you, I wouldn't join your party, Dan. I wouldn't go back in that. Craig is fuming on the chat.
Is he?
He missed his pit box.
Yeah, just read that.
He missed his fucking pit box and cost himself 6 or 7 seconds.
Yeah, he wants to know why you didn't win that one. You fluffed it, he reckon you no balls. He said you got no balls to win a race.
Tell him he should have told me about the fucking tyres. I was like, Little Leach, I'm staying out. I'm going long, alright? You pit whenever you want. It's like lap 6, and I'm like, are you pitting or what? Like, I'm going as long as I can. I'm waiting till the engine goes to 1. He's like, oh, I don't know, I'm just gonna wait till what Gary does. And then he goes, fuck it, I'm gonna pit now. Missed his pit box, he goes, fuck! And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. Come on, Fury. Did you think I was gonna send it into club at one point?
Last lap, yeah.
No, not last lap. One lap, I kind of did a jink to kind of think that I was gonna go for it. You went to defend and then had a wiggle.
No, that was just me struggling with my tyres a little bit. I think I went to defend, but then the wiggle was just the tyres going off.
So, no Emplava, no Holty, and who else is missing?
Well, the table's been updated.
Tables are updated, yeah. Yeah, there's no Emplava, he's back fully next week. No Holty. Fury Gary, Overtaker JB, James Grill, Sutty Ricci.
Stutty. No, Stutty's it. Biggs. Smokey.
Overtake, no? Yeah, Smokey. Yeah.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna start. Fuck him.
The red box on the tables means that they can't win the championship now, yeah?
They're no longer able to win it, yeah.
Right, so just the 3 of you left.
Mine was red after race 1.
3 of us left, and then before you read the tables tonight, when I input them and then change them, it'll update as to what it will be for the next one.
You'll win it at Brands.
He's got to outscore you by 11 points at least tonight for it to be done tonight.
What, am I still second?
Yeah, by 6 points.
Fuck's sake.
By 6?
Mm-hmm.
It's more than that on here.
You might need
16.
to refresh it.
I have.
Oh no, apologies. No, it is 16. Apologies. You're right.
That's better. It's more like it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and you join us once again here at Silverstone for the next round of the GT3 Championship. We had just had a cracking race, and we got the top 3 in the commentary box. And in 3rd place, we start with Yam, the overtaker. Yam, how are you this evening?
Yeah, I'm quite well, thank you.
Good, good. Tell us a little bit about your race this evening.
I struggled a lot with start temperatures. I couldn't get it together in the optimal window, so I take P3.
Yeah. I think you said last week that you feel, or the week before, that you were going to struggle on this track. So P3 still a solid haul of points, and On the hard tyres this evening?
Yeah, I'm on hard. I can't work with the soft. I don't know why. I just understeer in the corner, so I try to make my best with hard. But this race was quite difficult because the front right, I couldn't get with after this turn, so I was running with the blue tire on the screen and I was struggling every corner. So I'm quite happy with the podium.
Absolutely, and you must have been thinking for a little while, hoping that Matt and Dan might take each other out. When you know what they're like when they get close to each other. But unfortunately, that wasn't to be this evening. So, race 2, what are you thinking? Just hoping on a little bit more, just a bit of luck and another podium, maybe.
Yeah, that's the only hope I think for anything more than P3. If I get another P3, that's awesome.
Yes, indeed. Not the championships wrapped up just yet. There's only 3 of you now left in the championship. So best of luck for the next race, and congratulations on another cracking podium.
Thanks, and congrats to Dan and Matt.
Absolutely. And we move on to your second place man, Unorthodox Dan. Cracking race. Thought you had that one in the bag, and something went wrong off that we didn't see on the stream. Tell us a bit about your race and what happened.
I am stupid.
Well, yeah. Apart from that,
yeah, I've got to firstly say Fury's a little legend. I've got to say that because he split myself and the rest of the pack and he held everyone up. So big props to Fury. But yeah, it was going so well, easily out in front, waiting for the others to pit so that I could pit around them, so I stayed in front. Little Leach came in before me, and he noticed that the Audi had a sort of tyre issue as we came out, a bit loose as we first came out. Decided not to tell me. But I think it must have just thought I could do it. I came out, and I just dropped it on my own. After Brooklands and Luffield, and Matt got in front, and by that point this Audi's not fast enough in the straight line. Matt had me covered and there was nothing I could do. I tried it on the last lap, but it just wasn't enough. A 50th race win that just slipped away from my stupid mistakes.
Absolutely, and it happens to the best of us. But you're still in the championship hunt, although it's 97 points off the lead. But Matt has clawed back the gap to you, 16 points between you and Matt now as we move on into the next race. Of course, you start at the back, like you always do. What do you think you can do from there?
Well, firstly, lucky number 16. So
lucky number 16, yeah.
That's on my side. I'm always last. I'm starting to get used to being last all the time. But I really don't know how to attack these races anymore, because I do one thing, it goes wrong, I do another thing, and it goes wrong as well. So I guess we'll just nail it as hard as we can, push our way through, and try and stay out of trouble, I guess. But I need to make sure that gap to Matt stays down. Doesn't want to get lower than 16. So Overtaker's won the championship. There's no doubt about that. Even if he doesn't win it tonight, he'll win it at Brands. So yeah, it's just me and Matt and the constructors now. So we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're 11 points behind in the constructors, incidentally. All to play for. Good luck in the next race, and congratulations on the podium.
Cheers. Well done, Matt.
And we move on to your winner, and I don't know how many race wins that is. I'm sure Matt can tell me, but congratulations, Matt Himovic, on the race win.
This season. Thank you very much. Race wins this season. This season?
No, generally.
Generally, 29.
29, there you go. 29th win for Matt Himovic. And Matt, was there a point where you were kind of settled for second place?
The minute I got past Fury. To be honest with you,
yeah. And that looked like it was turning into quite a battle when you were having a bit of a ding dong with Fury. Not been himself for a few weeks, and I thought we were going to have a good battle with him, but you managed to get past him, and then when you came up across Dan having a spin, that must have felt like Christmas had come early.
Indeed. Dan, or Santa as I'm now going to call him, decided to drop the presents off on the 1st of December, not the 25th, and
Yeah.
You know, look, I was settled for second, Kelly, and like I said, the minute I got past Fiore, props to Fiore, great racing with him. You always can have a good race with Fiore.
You certainly can,
He struggled this season, and you know, tonight he's back to his best. And I was settled for second. Didn't want it for the championship. Obviously, I want to try and catch Dan for second place. Overtaker's won it, pretty much, and for the constructors as well, really. But no, props to Dan and Fiore. But yeah, he made that one mistake.
Absolutely, and I mean, once that was done, you know, you had the widest Merc, the fastest in the straight line, and the widest one in the corners. So, yeah, job done, really. And so, race 2, Matt. Again, is it going to be, you know, kind of see what happens? You're going to start. Oh, I don't know where.
P10.
Yeah, 10 at the moment. Yeah. So, yeah, what are you thinking?
It's got to be the same as last race. If I'm in front of Dan, I've got half the world's widest Mercedes. I'd like to Pete overtake and maybe stay involved in this championship for another week. Not that it's really going to matter, but yeah, look, we'll see what happens. We've got the constructors to fight for, and I'm trying to fight for second place in the championship. You know, so long way to go. Still got another 15 laps, and it's a long race. This, even though it's a short number of laps, it is a long old race. Just 2 minutes a lap each time. It's a long old race, and concentration's got to stay up. And you know, night race, winter, cold temperatures. I don't really like the Merc on the soft, so it's really tricky at the moment. But we'll do our best. We'll see what we can do. You know, if I come away tonight and give it 100% and don't leave like I've left stuff on the table, then I'll be happy.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on another win, and good luck for the next race.
Cheers, boys. Well done to Dan and Overtaker as well.
Absolutely, that's your top 3, and we go back to the qualifying. Smithy, what's been happening?
Oh, I've just looked at the starting lineup, and I'm just interested because you've got Gary in 8th, you got Overtaker in 9th, you got Matt in 10th, you got Little Leach in 11th, and then you got Dan in 13th. I mean, this is a big ask from the Love Island boys, and I feel for the Overtaker being between Gary and Matt.
Absolutely,
They're going to make it easy. With the current standings on pole at the moment, we've got Peaceful, Big Boy Brazier coming up the rear in 2nd, Sutty. So we've got the 2 Ferraris, 1 and 3. Richie 4th with his teammate J.M. Grill in 5th, Smokey in 6th. I can see the Ferraris. If the Ferraris can stay out in front, I can see them doing well this race.
I don't disagree. I can certainly see, you know, Peaceful Jamie and Sutty taking off into the distance for quite some time, maybe up as far as the pit stops.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I can see them 3. If they get away, I can't see. No disrespect to Richie J and Smokey. Fury won't be far off from the start, I don't think, if he gets a good start again. But like I said, the battle at the back from 8th back is
going to be interesting.
That's going to be a good one to watch.
Absolutely, but quality's not over yet. At the moment, it's Peaceful Explosion, who's got 4 tenths over Big Boy Brazier at the moment. Or hang on, Jamie is pitted, so he's done for the session. So it's whoever can go quicker than Peaceful, but it might well be Peaceful Explosion on pole, and could well be. And who have we got left in the chat? PN's still there, and Fury's granddad. And make sure you give us some more comments in the chat. We always love to hear everything you've got to say, and keep the comments coming.
One thing we do know from the interval is that if Overtaker finishes 11 points ahead of Dan in this race, he has taken the championship.
Absolutely, and I can tell you a bit more about things, to be honest. Overtaker is leading. There's only 3 men now left who can mathematically win the championship, and that is Overtaker, Unorthodox and Matt Himovic. They're the only 3 that can do it. There's 97 points between Overtaker and Dan, and then 16 back to Matt. So Matt is 113 off the Overtaker. Now, in my if I'm reading these tables correctly, there's 135 points left. No, is that right? Does that sound right? 6 is I don't know. 5, yeah, that's got to be right, hasn't it? There's 5 races to go, including this one. 25 points for a win, so 25 times 5 is 125, and pole positions and fastest laps, yeah, that sounds right. So there's 135 points left up for grabs. And as I said, Danny's 97 to catch Overtaker. I mean, you know, the fat lady hasn't sung, but my God, she is warming up. You know,
Yes, she is.
but the real battle here for the rest of this championship, realistically, is the battle for second place, with 16 points between Matt and Dan, and them trading wins and podiums and so on and so forth. That's where the battle is, really, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. But like you say, each race, unfortunately, does start at the back. But now qualifying's over, let's see runners through the grid.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's like this on pole position, Peaceful Explosion with a 2-minute 5. Richie, that was a great comeback at the end. Didn't see that one. He lines up on the front row as well in second place. In thirds, Jamie Brazier, Sutty Apex right next to him on the second row. JM Grill in 5th, Smoky Devil in 6th. This is where it gets interesting. Fury and Gary 7th and 8th. 9th and 10th is Overtaker and Matt. Little Leach and D Biggs 11th and 12th, and Dan, because he's the man who sets up the lobbies, always ends up in last place, the way that Project Cars works. So predictions, Smithy, for the win.
I thought the first race was hard to pick.
I think Jamie's got a good shout from third.
Yeah, I'm going to say Jamie, or I'm actually going to say Richie.
Richie, we'd like to see that, wouldn't we?
If he can keep it on track and keep some pace, I wouldn't mind. We spoke about him beforehand. So yeah, I'm going to go Richie. It would be nice to be Peaceful. If Peaceful can hold it all the way to the end. You know?
Yeah. Peaceful Explosion. Incidentally, the first winner at Project Cars on Simplay Project Cars, the first ever winner, and we were talking about, wouldn't it be nice if he was the last one at Daytona? You know.
So yeah, any of the top 3 would be nice. Top 4.
It'd be nice to see a new winner, wouldn't it? That would be
It
nice.
would, yeah. No, there's a big arse from the big boys at the back. It's going to be interesting. I normally start from the front of the grid and watch the start, but I'm tempted to start halfway down the grid just to see where these boys.
Yeah, you can have your work cut out as we're syncing up, so we're ready to go. So we're just waiting for the lights. And I didn't see the lights, but we are go, and away we go. And it's Richie with a cracking start. Jamie on the pad with another good start as well. Comes up beside a Peaceful Explosion as they go neck to neck. But it's Richie who's out in front at the moment with a cracking good start. And a few people
wide.
Yeah, a few people wide into turn 1, but no real casualties by the looks of it. As you say, that was Dan, and Smokey goes out on the out of track limits and pulls it back in again, but it's still Richie out in front, but Peaceful's under extreme pressure. Who's that? That's Sutty. What has Dan got hanging out the side of his car? Dan has got something hanging out the side of his car.
Probably Matt.
Yeah.
Holding on, trying to slow him down a bit. Come back here.
Absolutely. Can we go on Dan? Can we go on Dan a minute? Dan's seems to have something. Oh, it's gone now. Whatever it is, it was there. It's gone now. But
back running,
yeah, Matt's.
Gary and Fury have gained massively from that start. Gary's up to 4th.
Yes, indeed. So the big winners, Richie was the big winner in first place. Gary's gone up, Fury's gone up. Peaceful is still there in second place, but it's Sutty and JM Grill. Sutty spun by himself, and JM Grill got caught up in that one. They go backwards now, so all to play for. Richie out in front at the moment. Got Peaceful Explosion hunting him down. We've got a group back to about Dan in 10th, which are really still in very close company, but we are still only on lap 1 at the moment.
Dan, Matt, Smokey, see Smokey could hold him up a bit. Little Leach has just been overtaken by Undertaker.
Absolutely, as Overtaker moves into 6th place and comes up behind Fury. He's got a little bit of a gap to Fury as Matt goes round the outside of Smokey. Could he make it stick? No, he couldn't. Dan's having a look as well. They're going to get stuck behind Smokey as a bit of a...
Smokey's going to hold him up a bit, I think.
Yeah, he's going to be the cork in a bottle, that's for certain sure.
Dan's going to go down the inside, or is Matt going down the inside?
Matt's having a crack down the inside, but there's no way round there. Smokey comes across. Dan has to take avoided action as well.
Dan's gone even wider. Oh, Matt's flashing.
Matt's flashing, no.
Oh, something's off, isn't he?
Who was that?
Smokey.
Yeah, no, he kind of moved out of the way a bit, jumped out of the way a little bit after Matt flashed his lights. So Matt's got through, and Dan's got to get through past. Who was that gone wide?
Overtaker went well wide because Little Leach has now gone past him.
So Overtaker not.
Little Leach just jumped Fury. Fury's going backwards.
Yes, he is. Could have had a bit of a mistake. So these boys going backwards. Little Leach having a cracker at the moment. Got his brother now to hunt down, but still Richie holds the lead. Peaceful close to him, and Jamie Brazier holding station in third place. But the scrapping's going on a bit further back as Dan's got past Smokey and now get back onto the back of Matt. And onto the back of Overtaker, of course.
Very wide. I can't believe Overtaker's running hard, you know, Kelly. Cannot believe it.
No, I know. No, I can't get it either. But he seems to do it every week. He's a law unto himself, is that boy? Do you know what I mean? He seems to be. He seems to take the rule book and just screw it up and throw it away. And he's looking down the inside of Fury now, and Fury squeezing him over. So Overtaker says, "I'll have a look down the other side then," but he's on the outside for the corner.
Matt's not far behind him.
No, Matt gaining on these. And who's that? That's Peaceful gone backwards. Peaceful's had a moment.
Is he going to let Gary past him? Or is he going to fight Gary?
I would have thought he'll fight Gary. We're talking about podium position here. They're in the same party together.
Will he hold Little Leach? Because Little Leach is going to catch. I wonder if Gary will get past Peaceful. I'd like to see him fight him hard.
Yes. So Matt is now on the back of Overtaker. Dan's right in there as well. This is going to be that'll be a nice little scrap when they all come together, won't it? Which is going to be any moment now by the looks of it. They're all in really close company again now.
You can see Overtaker is a bit slippy slidey, isn't he, on your hard?
He is, yeah. Saying in the interviews there that he was struggling with the right front. Being blue all the time, so he can't ever get it up to temperature, which is unsurprising with the hard tyres. But yeah, as I said, he seems to make it work. Can't work with the soft tyres at all. So yeah, the rest of us can't seem to work with the hard tyres.
That is right on. Dan's right on the back of Matt again.
Absolutely, staring at the back of that Mercedes again, not where he wants to be. He's looked at that for long enough this evening, so he's going to want to get past him. But if he fights Matt hard, they're not going forward. So Dan said this before, he's going to have to practice what he preaches, because he said it before about working together, you know, to move forward. You know, get way up in front and then start fighting each other, you know. But we'll see how that pans out. Richie's still holding his own. He's only got a second and a half. He's not driving off into the distance, but he's holding his own in first place there. All very close. Look how close everyone is.
Yeah, Richie's currently the quickest man on track.
He may be the quickest man on track, but it's only from Richie back to Dan. It's only 5 seconds. They are all very close.
Yeah, all the big boys seem to have got up to the front. They're now in the top 5, top 8. Overtaker's going back. Where's he going? Where's he going? Something's going on here. Overtaker. Gary's going backwards. Gary's gone backwards. Overtaker's in the pits and Dan's in the pits. So are they going to go for a quick one?
Yeah, I think you'll find that they're going to want to try and get out of this train a little bit, try and get the foot down. And
who's going to come out first? So Overtaker pitted first. Starty's in with a penalty. He's got a red bit beside his name.
Too hard into
That's a long pit stop that is from Overtaker.
Yeah, I think they're still in the pit lane. It's hard to see this one because of the elevation of the pit lane, and whoever designed this bit of track.
Out first. Wasn't that? Dan's come out first.
So he's jumped him in the pits. He had to quite slightly.
Overtaker.
Yep. And as I said, these boys are still probably thinking that
that they. Tires, Dan.
yeah. Watch out. These boys are probably thinking that they get themselves in clean air, they can get their heads down and get some good lap times, get out of this train of cars that that they were in. As Gary getting very interested and peaceful, gives a little jink to one way, says I'm still here. Big boy Brazier now up into second. No, he was in second, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's been in second.
Oh,
he's off,
as we say that, he's off.
Big boy's off.
Oh, they all avoid him. Just
well
about.
done, big boy. Well done for not moving.
Spins it round just as we were speaking about him. He spins off into the distance. So that's Jamie gone backwards. That's Jamie gone backwards into 9th place. So from 2nd to 9th. Oh, I feel his pain. I really do.
Yeah. Well, that's put Peaceful up onto a nice little podium 2nd with Gary 3rd, Little Leech 4th.
Yeah, and still in close company, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all, like you say, within 2nd of each other, and that anything could happen. Like you say, this could come down to quick pit stops.
Yep, Matt going down the outside of Fury into the Vale chicane. He's going to be Brady. He is hanging it round, all round the outside. Yeah, that was a good move, but
got it done.
Got it done.
So you wouldn't have been able to do that in a slower car.
No.
So that was never. It had the pace coming out of the corner with it.
No, he's done Fury. It took him a few corners, but he's done Fury, so that's important. He needs to crack on. If he's going to go longer and have a longer pit stop over Dan and the overtaker, then he's going to have to put the times in now.
Quickest on the track at the moment in the 202s.
Yeah, but any traffic that's in front of him is going to hinder his progress, and he's going to help Dan and overtaker.
Little Leech could hold him up a bit. Little Leech could do his teammate a favour.
He could. He could. That's the type of thinking we like, Smithy.
Yeah,
team tactics.
Yeah, team tactics.
Seen it done. Yeah, you get to the sharp end of the championship, and it's who your friends are. Not that we condone that kind of behaviour, of course.
No, definitely not.
No. No, we don't like tactics. Surely not. So Richie's still keeping everybody honest with a 2.5 seconds in front of Peaceful Explosion. Gary on the podium as well, having a better run this time. And Gary is so close to the back of Peaceful Explosion he's been for absolutely ages. Little Leech.
Sharpish.
Yeah, Matt's going to want to clear him, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to want to get past him.
Yeah, as fast as he possibly can, and to make this work. And it looking like he's going to. Oh no! Look, Fury's coming back. Did Matt have a bit of a moment? Did Matt have a bit of a wiggle because he looked closer to Little Leech just a minute ago, but Fury seems to be
overtaking.
Yep.
Well, we said overtaking needs 11 points. I don't think it's going to happen this race. Oh, Matt's took Little Leech. Little Leech had a moment.
Yeah, Matt's in the pits.
Little Leech carried on. We've got past Little Leech. Little Leech must have had I'm surprised Matt's gone in. I'm surprised Matt's gone in. He normally waits to jump somebody. But he's obviously getting in and out. See if he gets out before Dan.
No, it ain't happening, is it? Dan's now coming through.
Matt's on his way out.
Where's Dan? Where's Dan? Dan's
going to jump him. Matt's going to jump him.
Is he? Depends on the out.
Yeah, he's going to jump.
Dan's gone through, and where's Matt?
Oh, Dan's got him just. Dan's got him just.
Yeah, got him just, but he hasn't got. But Matt's got between overtakers, so he's got overtaker jumped.
I think overtaker's struggling. Look, there he goes. Look, I think them tyres. This race, he's just going to struggle a little bit.
Terrible. He had understeer and oversteer all in the same corner there. I used to have a Golf that used to perform a bit like that. Oversteer and understeer. Mark III Golf wasn't the best one.
Well, the question is, if Peaceful and Gary and Richie pit and they come out in front of them boys, or them boys putting in the lap times, it's gonna. See, this is where the pit strategy comes in.
Well, let's have a look. Those quick runners of Dan, Matt, and Overtaker. Right, Dan's now come out net in front. They've all swapped places through the pit stops.
Yep.
So Dan is now in 9th place, 21 seconds off the lead. Now, none of these boys are pitted, so there is a good chance that Dan, Matt, even Overtaker could all jump this lot in the pits. But we will see. This is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be, like you say, 21 seconds they've got. That should be enough. Should be enough.
Yeah, and any one of them have a slightly slow pit stop, these boys are going to be there. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see when one of these pulls the trigger, and you know where
Richie's in.
Richie's in. Right. Okay. So Richie's in for his stop. I don't know how quick his stops are. I don't know if he normally uses the glitch, but he's in for his stop.
Big boy's in.
Jamie's in.
Loki's in. Where's Richie? Richie's now coming out. And where's Dan?
Where is Dan? Dan is coming round onto that's it, round the last corner of Club. Richie is moving. Here comes Dan into turn 1.
Dan's got it done. Dan's got it done.
So is Matt.
Overtaker hasn't. Yeah, Overtaker's lost out. I think Overtaker's had a moment because he's a fair few seconds behind Matt.
He's just dropping back a little bit, isn't he? Just dropping back. So
I think he's saving it for next week or the week after.
So Dan,
Peaceful. Back.
Oh, Peaceful's had a moment by the looks of it, and he's going backwards. So Gary is now going to be in a better position. But with Dan and Matt have jumped Richie. That means they are net first and second.
Yeah.
We could still see a podium for Richie, but yeah, it depends how the rest of his race goes and if he keeps it all together. But net leader at the moment is going to be Dan, unless Gary can pull out some amazing laps. But he's only got 2 laps left before he has to pit, hasn't he?
Yes, yep. He's only got 2 laps, like you say. A lot of them have got a pit soon. This will be interesting. Peaceful on Little League.
Yes, indeed. These two have raced together for a long time, so they know how each other race. Looks like Peaceful's got the legs down the straight, doesn't it? He's got up the side of him. He's got a slight overlap, and he's got the inside line. Little Leach can hang it round the outside, down into the Vale chicane, and send it. But Peaceful's got it done. They both go into the pits. Oh, get it slowed down, boys. Get it slowed down. Oh, as Fury's in the pits as well. Fury, Peaceful, Little Leach, all in the pits together. Big D Biggs just coming in behind, and he's going to come into the pits as well.
So Matt's going to be second now.
Yep, so Dan's just coming round through the Vale chicane and into Club corner. These lot are all jostling for positions in the pits. I think there might be a...
People jumped Fury and Little Leach in the pits.
Yeah, I thought that might happen. Gary's still not pitted, has he, in first place? Probably enjoying the glory for as long as he can.
He's lost out. He's come out at 8th.
Yeah.
So slow pit stop, Little Leach.
Yeah, it didn't work out fantastic for him, did it?
No. So our race leader has now ended up 4th. Could possibly end up 3rd, depending on Gary's pit stop.
Yeah, I think Gary will be jumped by these, but he's under massive pressure now from Peaceful Explosion and Fury. So Richie not having a, well, he's under pressure, so he's not got a gap. I think Peaceful was about to throw it up the inside. No, he thought better of it.
Oh no, he has literally thrown it up the inside.
Thrown it up the inside across the grass there. Not the best place to be. Overtakers past him, so Little Peaceful going backwards in the second half of this race now.
Yeah, Overtaker's not going to get it done this week. Not tonight.
No.
Overtaker will just be happy to get some points tonight.
To be fair, he's not under pressure, is he?
No.
You know, he can drop a few points without too much aggravation, can't he?
Gary's still not pitting, is he? Is he going in? No, he's gone past
the
pit.
He's missed the pit lane.
Pitting next. Well, he's in the 201s. He's banging in some laps. He's what, 18 seconds? He ain't gonna. He's not gonna get out. No. He's going to come out. Richie. He's either going to come out 3rd or 4th. But that'll be great team points if he does come out.
If he comes out in front of Richie, then Richie's just been overtaken by Fury. If he comes out in front of those, then that's going to be a good result. Yeah. You know, it's going to be worth going long. But
well, think where these boys started on the grid, like we were saying, Dan was right at the back.
Yeah.
Potentially he's going to be leading the race after 9 laps.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, it's how these boys roll, isn't it? It's a different league.
Crazy. I could start at the back and finish at the back. I could start at the front and still finish at the back.
yeah, well, yeah, pretty much what I did last night.
Yeah. Oh, they're all wide there.
Yeah, there was a few of them going wide, just into the first corner there. Richie kind of holding on, really. He's got a bit of a traffic jam behind him. Overtaker, was that getting mugged by Fury?
Looks like you're getting bloodied a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, Fury was in front of Richie, so I don't know what happened there. Fury went backwards a little bit, but this is probably the closest battle on track at the moment. These four, a couple of Mercs, a Lambo and a Ferrari.
Big Brazier hasn't really settled into the track tonight. He's down in ninth again.
No, a shame really, because he showed brilliance
for qualifying.
Yeah, absolutely. He showed some brilliance in qualifying, and that's had the pace this evening. Just a couple of little mistakes that have kind of ruined his evening, really.
It must be Gary coming round. There's a big gap. Yeah, he must be pitting.
He's going to have to pit this lap. He's right within the pit window, so he's going to have to pit this lap. So we'll see where he ends up. But Richie's got a trimming train behind him as Overtaker all but got in the back seat with Fury on that one. Peaceful still keeping these boys close.
This will be interesting to see. I expect he'll come out in third, Gary.
Fourth, I reckon. Yeah, sorry, third. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, because I think Richie's is backing this lot up quite a lot. Not on purpose, but yeah, Gary's moving. Where is the rest of the pack? They're coming through there's Dan. That's Dan coming over the start-finish line. So, be fair, Gary. It's going to be close enough, you know. It is, you know. Dan's round and Matt's through, yes, and into third place quite easily. Gary into third place, so that was a good bit of driving from Gary. That
that's well worked out for the pit stops and when the pit. He's been banging in some quick laps, so it's helped him a lot.
Absolutely, and at the moment you've got Mercedes second, third, fourth, and fifth.
Peaceful's gone right down in 10th. He must have had a moment.
Must have had a moment, absolutely. So all the Mercs doing really, really well. The only thing going faster than a Merc at the moment is Dan, and he's not having it all his own way. Matt's keeping him honest. Yeah, Matt's keeping him honest. Matt's now got his teammate behind him. I'm sure they're not going to race each other.
No, and like you said, Gary's got a 9-second gap to Richie in fourth. I can't see that getting closed down anytime soon.
No, 5 laps to go. Dan's going to want to win this one. He's going to be disappointed that he lost the last race. And you know, any day that Overtaker is having a bad day, all these boys want to capitalise to the best of their ability. So Dan's going to be upset with himself. As he said in the interviews that he's stupid. I could have told him that many years ago.
Yeah. If he'd have took the first race and the second race, that'd have been that in pro. I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well,
within 3 races on the bounce, especially from the back of the field as well.
Absolutely, he's had his moments. Well, who's that? Overtaker.
Overtaker, yeah. And hard tyres.
As he weaves around the track, trying to get some pressure, trying to get some heat back into him. He's really struggling on those hard tyres, but that's his. He rips up the rule book about how we go racing, but he makes it work, and that what makes him quite so unique, and winning this championship so really quite so easily, because he's has a different take on what the rest of us can do, or we think we can do. So yeah, it's.
Here he's jumped Richie for fourth.
Absolutely. Just going.
Both against us in 8th and 9th.
Do you have to do that? Do you have to say that word?
I don't even know what ginst is. What ginst means.
Who's that round? That was somebody round. Who was that? No.
His old form.
Oh, that was a bit clumsy.
That's good done.
Yeah, that was a bit clumsy there from Craig after having a spin. Ginsters, it's an imitation of a pasty, isn't it? It's an imitation of a pasty. It's like, I don't know, like a bush tucker trial in pastry. If that's what you want to call a pastry. But there you go.
Little Leeds have picked up some damage, I reckon, tonight. It's a shame. He was doing well race 2.
Yeah, he was. He was going really, really well. And again, a lot of Audis all in a row. They seem to have. There's Audi, Ferrari, and. That is track limits. He's nearly in Brands already.
Really on his way, yeah. On his way to next week.
Yeah.
It's a shame because he's got a constructors he could be fighting for, but he's letting his team down a little, sitting down in 10th. You know?
He is, yeah.
Last season or season before.
Considering Jaeger are in second, and oh no, Matt had got past Dan briefly. I don't know what happened there.
Did he?
Well, the scoreboard changed. It said Matt in front of Dan just for a second. I don't know if Matt got a run on him or what, but
lost half a second if he did.
Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. But when I looked up, Matt was in front of Dan, and then it flicked back again. So maybe it's Project Cars just trying to wind me up. The game hates me. I know that. So we are status quo still. Dan is in front of Matt. Matt is the quicker man on track at the moment by half a second the last lap, and Gary just with a watching brief, just a couple of seconds behind. But that's the way it's looking on lap 12. Just going over to the chat. PM Motorsport. Seems to be the only person who's saying anything. I believe Jamie's has ballooning tyres. Should have stayed off those Conway remolds. Remolds. There's a blast in the past, isn't it? Target audience there, PM. Remolds.
Oh, Peaceful's gone on his own.
Yeah, Peaceful had a bit of a moment. Yeah, he's going to have Smokey coming up behind him.
Left. We've had a lever. Sutty's left the game.
When did he go?
Last lap.
Oh, there you go. Sutty's gone. I don't know for what reason. Sutty Apex is disconnected. I don't know if he left or he was.
Down to 0.2. 3 laps to go.
3 laps to go, indeed. And Matt could do with the points. He's 16 behind Dan, and he can do with the points as he pulls out down the straight. Has a look.
He's got the pace, isn't he? We know he's got speed in a line. I think Dan's gonna have to fight this. He's gonna struggle to hold this with the pace of the Merc.
Yep. They go into the Vale chicane. Oh, they get
swearing
very
about
close.
the Audi and the pace.
Oh, they keep touching. Steady on, boys. It's got that kind of show.
I can't see him holding the Merc off just because of the straight line pace.
Wow. Dan is a wily old fox.
Yeah, you got Gary behind as well. It could be a Mercedes 1 and 2.
As I said, Dan's a wily old fox. He knows how to race, and he knows how Matt drives. He's studied him, and like they've studied each other, trying to find their weaknesses. There's
no weakness between these two. These two FaceTime while they're even taking a number 2.
Look at Dan breaking the toe, runs right to the other side of the track, trying to break that toe, breaks it again as he comes into the braking zone. Different line round that corner as they come into the old section of track here. Yeah, Dan having to fight for this one, I feel.
We've got overtaker on the back of Richard, you know, but can't really jump to too many in case we've only got 2 laps left. Richie's
been defending well, to be fair, hasn't he? Do you know what I mean?
I reckon he'll be a bit disappointed, to be fair. He got ahead.
Yeah.
It's just been down to pit stops that he's lost out, really.
Yeah, overall pace hasn't been, wasn't quite quick enough, but he's defended really well to hold a solid 5th place. It's got to be.
He's had a better second race than he has a first race.
Definitely.
Fury's had a good second race, 4th place. He'll be happy with 4th if he can hold off from 4th.
Yep. Look at that, Dan breaking the toe again. Weaves down the straight and trying to break the toe, trying to keep Matt honest. Matt has a look down the inside as they come into the corner, and tricky one to overtake unless the other person goes wide. Matt flashing his lights. Don't know what he's flashing his lights for. He's saying, "Hello, mate. Do you remember me? Yeah. I'm right here.
I'm gonna give you a push. If not, I'm gonna go past you on a straight line."
Oh, Matt's has a bit of a run up the inside, but can't make an overlap as they come through club. And as we go on to lap 14, and still very close between these two.
I couldn't be racing under this type of pressure. I'd be making a mistake.
Yeah, me too. To be fair, yeah.
I'd be braking too early or something. I'd just do one little thing wrong and that'd be it. And I know I'd do it because I wouldn't be able to cope.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I get it as well. But Dan trying to hold off the traction of the Merc as he accelerates onto the back straight.
Down the straight.
They're side by side, but Dan's still got the inside line. Dan brakes, holds his line, holds him there, and great racing between these two. Absolutely fantastic, clean racing. Keep it clean, boys. Only a lap and a half now. Whatever happens, happens, but just keep it clean. Keep it all together. Don't crash into each other. As a famous commentator says regularly, you're either in motorsport, you're either giving pressure or taking pressure, and Dan is taking some massive pressure from Matt, who's giving it out in absolute bundles at the moment. I'm
sure there's a few of them that have heard that, not just in racing as well. I've been to a few parties and I've heard that.
What, giving pressure and taking pressure?
Yeah, it involved car keys, them kind of parties, but not.
Oh, that's the kind of car keys, kind of party you go to, is it? Mate, I don't care what kind of party it is. No one's driving my van. Anyway, we digress. It's past the watershed, but hey, it's not that kind of party we're at tonight. The only swapping that's going on round here is for positions. And look again. Oh yeah, see the timing screen. Look, I don't know if you saw that. Matt was
Matt and Gary just swapped on my timing screen.
Yeah, I think it's got something to do with the pit entry, you know, because every time I went past the pit entry, I had a marker in red come up beside me, and there was like nobody there, like someone was trying to overtake me, you know.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was really weird.
I never had that problem. It never flashes me up in the top 3, no matter how many times I go past the pit. We're on the last lap.
We are on the last lap, and this is a vulnerable point for Dan. Oh, Matt couldn't get on the power. Do you see? He just had a bit of a wiggle as he was trying to get on the power. That was an opportunity missed there, as Matt just couldn't quite get the traction out of the corner. So that's Dan. Oh, Matt's going to give it a go. He's going to give it a go. No, he's not. No, he's not. Oh, it's edge of the seat stuff. If I was sitting on the seat and not sitting on the floor.
Gary's had a solid second race, Gary.
He has had a solid second race. Where did he end up in the first race? Was he there or thereabouts?
Oh, yeah, fifth, wasn't he? Fifth or sixth?
Yeah, got to be
a good night.
Yeah, got to be a contender for driver of the day. And anybody want to put their driver of the day? Driver of the day's in. Please feel free to do so on the chat. And
Gary's not a bad chat actually, because to be fair, you can't give it to Matt or Dan. You know, they've had the first and second each. You know, they've had great racing. So yeah, I can say Gary. He's had a surprisingly good night for a change.
Got to be said though.
He's got better. He's got better as the season's gone on.
Absolutely, he's certainly had a better round this evening. But I'm respect to Matt and Dan if they here we go. This is going to be the last chance, and Matt goes to the outside. Oh, don't do it! Don't crash into each other, please. And Matt gave it a go. Matt gave it a go, but he couldn't quite make it stick. So it looks like it's going to be. Get through club without spinning. It's going to be Dan who's going to take the win. So Dan from Matt from Gary as they come across the line. That's your top 3, strong top 3. Fury best of the rest in 4th place. And great. So then Richie and still under pressure from Overtaker, but he's going to make it to the line in 5th place from Overtaker. D Biggs is going to come in 7th. Jamie Brazier, not quite the night that he wanted. He's going to come in 8th. Little Leach, probably a little bit disappointed with that, coming in at 9th. And Peaceful back to 10th. Smoky Devil is going to be 11th place, and it's going to be JM Grill in the last Mercedes is going to be bringing up the last position. We are just getting the guys into the party, and we will have some interviews from your top 3. And just as we see, there we go. I'll just do the classification for you so everyone knows. So it's unorthodox from Matahimovic, Gary 131, Fury from Richie, Overtaker D-Bigs, Big Boy Brazier, Little Leech, Peaceful Explosion, Smoky Devil, and JM Grill.
Matt with a quicker lap this time, a 2.9.
Yeah, I did jump over to that a little bit quick, but I'm glad you caught that. So Matt with the fastest, was it?
Yep, with a 2-minute 9.
2-minute 9, so an extra point there for Matt. And we have got, we've certainly got Matt and Gary in the chat, so let's have a chat with them. And Gary, and welcome to the podium.
Cheers, Kelly. Hope you had a good move last week. It's a shame you missed me first win for a little while, but
did you win last week?
Maybe if you got busy next week again, that'd be much appreciated.
Don't take me as a good omen, mate. That's never good. It's never good. I didn't realise you won last week. So congratulations on that, and a podium this evening, and couple of votes for driver of the day already this evening, Gary, as well. So hey, tell us a little bit about your race, Bert.
Yeah, just slow and steady. To be fair, I was constantly at a good pace. I wouldn't say I was quick, I wouldn't say I was slow, but being constant normally wins your races, and for a change I didn't make any mistakes, so that helped as well.
Absolutely. So you're quite right. Just kind of stuck out there, went a little bit long, kept your pace going, and ended up in a good position. Was it a case of just sitting back and waiting for Matt and Dan to crash into each other then?
To be fair, I was struggling to keep on the back of them, to be fair, but luckily they were scrapping against each other, and I managed to reel it in a little bit, but just too far away to make any kind of moves or whatever. Earlier on in the race I got stuck behind Peaceful, which didn't help. I could have stuck my nose up on a couple of corners, but I just wanted to keep it clean, and I might have come out in front of Matt and Dan after the pit stop, but it's good points for the team, the second and the third, so that's the job done in my opinion.
Absolutely, you're quite right. Good points for the team. We move to Brands next week, and you're on a bit of a roll with a race win and a podium. What are you thinking for next week?
Yes, please, bring it on. British track, I've sort of found my groove again. So yeah, let's get some more good points and hopefully seal the title.
Absolutely, yeah, that would be great. And so you're a bit of a fan of Brands, because mostly every time we speak to you, you ask you about a track and you go, "Oh, I hate that track."
No, well, you ask anyone in this party, to be fair, any British track, I'll take it, I'll snap your arm off every day of the week, so yeah, bring it on. Absolutely.
Well, congratulations on the podium, and hope to speak to you again next week.
Cheers, mate. Well done, Matt. Well done, Dan.
And we move on to Matt. Matt, second place, positions reversed. I've got to say, I reckon that's some of the best racing I've seen from you and Dan. Kept it all clean. You had a bit of a go into the last corner, into the Vale chicane. But generally, tell me about your race.
Yeah, a bit chaotic at the start. Don't know what really Smoky Devil was doing. He just kind of all over the place. Biggs gave me a bit of a tap up the rear, and it's a bit chaotic down the back end of the grid. I don't really know what some of them was doing at times. But that's the joys of a reverse grid.
Yep.
Apart from that, good race. Had the pace on Dan. Felt like I could catch him. Tactics come into play and weaving down a straight. I'm not a fan of weaving. I think people know I'm not a fan of weaving. But hey, that's motorsport. End of the day. I had a little go at the end. Just wasn't enough to me.
Absolutely. I sit firmly in the other camp where I'm quite happy with weaving, but as you say, each their own, and if it's within the rules, then it's within the rules. As we move on, a good solid result tonight, although Dan slips a little bit further away from you in the championship. I think it's now 20 points, is it? 20 points away. But we move to Brands. What's your thoughts on Brands?
Yeah, I like the British circuits as well. It's a shame it's not Donington Park, but I don't mind Brands Hatch. I know Dan's not a big fan of the British circuit, so that bodes in my favour. I like the British tracks. I like Brands Hatch, and then we go to Daytona, where we all know what the Mercedes can do around there. So yeah, looking for more points next week. Obviously, I'm not going to say one hand on the constructors' title yet, but that second and third tonight with 1 and 2 last week, I think it certainly puts us in a good position.
It certainly does. 22 points clear of Dan and Little Leach, the Love Island Bombshells. You're 22 clear. So yeah, looking strong. And we do know that yes, the Mercedes is good round Daytona, and the Audi's not. So it's going to be an interesting battle next week for sure.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations on this evening.
Cheers.
2 strong results, and yeah,
Well
good
done
luck for
to-
next week.
Yeah, cheers, boys. Well done to Dan. Congrats, sorry, to Dan and Gary.
Yes, indeed. And we move on to your winner. Didn't quite make it happen in race 1, but race 2, there you are, Unorthodox race winner. Tell us a little bit about your evening or your race.
Yeah, honestly, it was reverse roles, to be fair. I mean, regarding the weaving thing, I know this car is massively underpowered compared to the Mercedes, so I needed to do something to break the toe. If Matt got alongside, then obviously the weaving would have stopped. If he got closer, it would have stopped. So I know my limits with the weaving, so either way, if he got close, I would have given him the respect that he deserved. So it's just this Audi is so slow in a straight line. I can't compete with these Mercedes in a straight line, so anything I can do to break that, then that's all I can do. It was roles reversal. Matt seemed to have the pace over me on that one. I think because I pitted early, the tyres were in a weird window. I knew there was kerfuffle going on, and I thought, well, let's get in. Richie's holding everybody up. Everybody's being held up. Let's just get in, clear air, and just nail the laps, which worked. I cleared the whole pack by the time they all pitted. Matt was just getting quicker and quicker towards the end, and honestly, I was ready for a dive anywhere. And into the final corner. I chose the inside last time. He went outside. But nah, great respect from Matt there.
Yeah,
I think the one race we had on F1 in China, I think, has really kind of done us a bit of good, to be fair.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with that one.
Well, I said it's some of the best racing I've seen from you, pair. Lots of respect between the two of you, and good to watch. And I was kind of scared to death that you two were going to come together. But I
definitely was.
Yeah, you were, and Gary was hoping you were. So but yeah, great racing this evening. I'll ask you, Dan, but feel free to chip in, Matt and Gary. Did you find the car much better in race 2 than in race 1 this evening?
No, I found it worse. A lot worse. Race 1 was better, race 2 was awful. I feel Matt will say his car was better in race 2. The lap times say it. So
was that the time?
Yeah.
Me and Smithy were talking about it. We both found that our race 1s were both very slippery track, and race 2 was much better grip. But
it's funny you say that, because I said to Mike before the night, can we just do a bit of testing race 2 weather? Because last night it looked more slippy race 2, whereas tonight, yes, it felt more slippy, but I felt that helped.
Well, yeah, we said it was the other way around, but race 1 was really quite slippery, and race 2 was really quite sorted. But anyway, congratulations, Dan, on a race win. You've brought the gap down to Overtaker. You're only 82 behind now, with 108 left on the board. So he's got one hand gripped very tightly round the trophy, and he's stroking it with the other hand. So it's 20 between you and Matt. Brands next week, game on. What do you think for Brands?
I also just want to say as well, this felt like a role reversal of Le Mans race 2, where I was hunting the two Mercedes down, and this time they were hunting me down. But everyone knows pretty much in this party I detest British circuits. I've never liked them. I never have. Brands, though, is a different story, just because of the type of car. The Audi has the world record around Brands. And I really do like driving this car around Brands Hatch. So I know Daytona is going to be Mercedes power, unless I can pull out something magical, maybe lose the rear wing. I don't know what I'm going to have to do to the Audi, but I know I need to have a solid round at Brands, and with the advantage of the car, we need to, me and Little Leach. So it's his choice as well, so we're just going to go full out at Brands and see what happens.
Absolutely. Congratulations on tonight, Dan.
Can I just point out that was Dan's 50th race win at Simplay as well?
Yes. Yeah, Dan's 50th race win. Yeah, wow. Well done, Dan. 50.
Well done.
Wow,
Thanks.
that's a lot in it. But you can't name them all. But then let's not try.
A few was in F2, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, where me and Smithy can name every one of ours, or Smithy can name his one. Yeah. Anyway. Brilliant. That was your top 3, and that's us done at Silverstone. We move to Brands Hatch next week. That could be interesting. Night race, tight circuit, old school. If it rains as well, it could be absolute carnage. And it's everything to play for. Well, certainly for second place, but everything to play for the constructors next week. So join us next week. Smithy, final words and driver of the day for you.
I'm gonna have to give driver of the day to Gary. I think he had a good couple of results tonight, and I'm looking much forward to the last 2 races, with Undertaker still needing a few points to win. But as the season's going on, I think he's struggling a bit more.
Absolutely, as I said, I think he's very much got this wrapped up, really. Do you know what I mean? But it's going to be interesting to see, Dan and Matt fight it out for either second place or for the championship, but certainly for the constructors as well. They need their teammates on board. Gary's certainly stepping up now towards the end of the season. We need Craig to step up as well and see what that's all about. So we move to Brands next week. Pro-Am on your Wednesday night. Dan and Matt in the commentary box for that one to cheer us, me and Smithy and all the rest of us Pro-Am boys on. And this time next week, join us for Brands Hatch on the Pro, and we look forward to another great night's racing. So that's about all we got time for you this evening. Oh, sorry, my driver of the day goes to Gary as well. Good solid drive. That's 3 votes because only there was a couple of people in the chat that voted, and it was 1 for Gary, and Max Mulder voted Dan for driver of the day. So the driver of the day goes to Gary, which is much better than a race win. I'd much rather be driver of the day.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Well deserved. So from me, Smithy, and everyone else here at Simplay, enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you next week. Thank you and good night.
You are out, and I need a wee.
You got a cold or something, Dad?
No, my halfway through the first race, the neighbours come and banged on the door and complained I was too loud. So I've had to tone it down a little bit, and it's, you know me, I'm not very good at toning it down. So
you sound very what's the word? Soft-spoken.
Yes, well that's what I'm trying to do. You know,
Very muffled.
Yeah, well, I'm I've got my my mic close to my face, but I'm trying to, as I said, my voice has quite a lot of bass to it, so I'm just trying.
I thought you sound like you got a cold all of a sudden.
Yeah, no, as I said, it's I'm going to go and I've met the neighbours anyway, and she's really quite nice, so I'll go and apologise to her tomorrow and just tell her it's another couple of rounds, and yeah, that kind of stuff.
Then get ready for next week.
Yeah.
No, the problem is Dad likes to have a little disco at his house, so that's going to be the problem.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and Hayley's just giggled behind me because she knows that's going to be the case as well, because I've got one serious sound system to put into this house. So it's probably going to piss the whole village off, to be fair. Sorry?
Best you look to move somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, next week if possible.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, before next week, great. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I'm sounding a bit weird.
Oh, fuck me, man.
I'd go in, eh?
You live on her own, does she?
She's got a lodger, I believe.
Best thing you can do is go around there with a pillow then.
With a what? With a pillow?
Yeah, over the face.
Yeah. Sort it out. Yep, strange deaths all around this one house. Oh dear.
I honestly don't know what the fuck happened to the car then.
Did it get weird?
It got very Audi-like.
Oh shit then. Yeah.
Very shit.
You know, in
is anyone
hindsight,
sending anything in tonight? I fucking hope not.
we haven't got much written down, have we?
I only got one thing, that was lap 3, race 1.
I think that's the same
I
one, wasn't it?
take Peaceful out, yeah.
Yeah, use Gary to take Peaceful out.
Technically, he took me out.
Yeah.
Little Leach isn't very happy with Overtaker.
No,
We've seen that.
He's fucking pissed.
You know us stewards and our decisions.
In all fairness, Mike said something about Overtaker, didn't he, Gary?
It's those fucking hard tyres he's running.
Yeah.
I tell you, he's a good boy when he's on his own, but he's fucking dog shit in traffic.
Yeah, I've said that 2 seasons.
The first part of the season, he was fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but when he's out on his own, he's fine. You know, he fights people. He's like Max. I don't rate Max when he's in traffic.
No, I don't.
I get that, but at the end of the day, he shouldn't be out in front on his own.
By the way, man,
everybody else's job to stop it.
I totally agree with you about the guys at the back. They are fucking useless.
Like, I don't know if I cut you up at one point. Oh yeah, so Biggs just rams me out the road onto Welly Straight.
Well, first corner, he just pushes me off, and I get 3 arrow.
Yeah. And then I don't know if I cut you up because of Smokey, but like...
Smokey was so fucking slow.
Oh, God, man.
He's on and off the throttle, stopping, going. You cleared him, and then you pulled 2 seconds because he's so slow out of fucking the loop. And I'm just like,
we did
what are you doing?
Just...
Peaceful and Sutty can make the Ferrari go quick. Why can't you, you fucking lunatic?
Well, you couldn't.
No, I couldn't.
Make the car quick as well. No.
Who the fuck invited this cunt in here?
Because I got the podium once.
Fucking not a chance if you got a podium.
It's my favourite lap here.
Mine too, actually.
Can you check your email? I'm checking it now.
Right, guys, I'm gonna shoot off, guys. I'll speak to you next week. See ya.